Auchinleck Broadwood and the Cumbernauld on our geama beaghaidh BBC ALBA agus Daniel season of the cluiche bullach shechat has the geama dacal and the Cupa Junior na ALBA Largs Thistle agus Auchinleck Talbot to Micheal and the Cupa Junior Cupa Junior na ALBA Fiach go vidir calling or sunny game show h-Alba skipian beaghaidh BBC ALBA. Fáilt ormh ullach a cháirtin agus seo sin mahan the Cumbernauld agus sin ullach a cainte d'irt this game seo. Éit a Largs Thistle a haid a chuach seo bhlúnachach turas roia I dheis an the céad fichas a céad díach agus hat a dulna I skipa a sirvachal díomh san narpa seo Auchinleck Talbot had a narpa seo a bhlúnachach céad tuasan díach. A cainte d'irt this game seo Comar Cálladí Murdo McKinnon had him húbh drasta. Murdo, thanks so much for joining us here today on BBC ALBA for your BBC ALBA debut. Of course you would hear last year though winning this very tall and beautiful historic trophy, the Junior Cup with Johnson Borough last season, but we'll touch on that final in a moment. But firstly, Largs Thistle going up against Auchinleck Talbot, both sides on the verge of history this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a really good game. I hope it's a game with loads of chances and really energetic game. But yeah, I think both teams will be out to win this cup, as you say. They'll be really looking forward to it. I'm sure the planning's been going well, and it's game day.
What are your own memories from last year? Because it went to penalties. You didn't get it done in the 90 minutes. Kyle Lafferty scored the decisive penalty, but I'm sure you might not remember much from that moment, but afterwards, the celebrations here at Broadwood, afterwards as well, what do you remember from the day?
Oh, it was a phenomenal day, absolutely phenomenal. I'm still a big smile on my face just watching it, so it's it was an amazing day. Great memories, things you'll never forget,
And you ended a 57-year wait for Johnson Borough to win this Junior Cup. Largs Thistle have something similar, not as long, 32 years, 1994, the last time they won this Junior Cup. How do you handle the pressure when you're on the verge of history, maintaining that you treat it like any other game? Is it a difficult thing to do?
To a certain extent it is, but it's just keeping a bit of normality about the place, routines and stuff, just no changing anything too much, keeping the players in routine, making sure the training's right, make sure the preparations are right for the players, getting them in the right mindset and getting them ready, to peak performance when it comes cup final day, so that is a difficult thing, but it's something we would love to manage more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you practicing penalties beforehand, by the way?
We always did a wee bit at training, but the players that I had in my team that day, real quality there, and big game players, big moments, they step up and they deliver. Well,
what are you expecting from Auchinleck Talbot? Because they're of course the most successful side in this competition 14 times. Many people are probably expecting them maybe to win this trophy here today, but what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, well, I'm expecting them to come out high energy as always. They play good football. They like to get it forward into the final third quickly, round about those front players and go and crowd that box. I think they'll be coming out looking to try and get the early goal, trying to test Largs early doors. But Largs themselves are a really good side, so I'm sure they'll be more than capable of going out and testing Auchinleck themselves.
Really looking forward to this one, Murdo. Thank you so much for now. As this Dulwich Legion vote na managerin agus ha asan iddi bring the Ailig O'Henley, Arnech Adis, Shoggy Ma Tommy Sloan, Akadoshuk, Stuart Davidson.
Stuart, you've won this cup 3 times as a player for Auchinleck. How would it feel to go in and lift the cup for Largs Thistle against them today?
It would be special. Obviously, doing it as a player is good, but today as a manager, I think would maybe beat that, to be honest. So it would be really good. Aye.
In terms of the league position, you've known where you're going to end up at the end of the season, which has allowed you maybe to rotate, freshen the squad. I know you're probably without David Ramsey today, which was a big blow to him and to you, but has that allowed you to maybe freshen the squad up a bit ahead of this game?
Aye, well, obviously we've not had a game for the past couple of weeks, so we just did a bounce game last week, but we finished off against Coimhead with a win. But there wasn't too much change in the team about, to be honest. It was just what we think on the day was the better team for playing, so we've not really had the luxury of doing that.
long time since you last won it in '94 against Glenafton.
Yep.
What would it mean for the club and the town of Largs if you were able to go back down the road with the cup tonight?
Oh, listen, it would mean everything. Even before we left there, we were down there for a wee pre-match meal, and the town was absolutely jumping, and we got a great send-off, and I can only imagine what it would be like if we were to take that cup back. But listen, there's a game of football to be played first, a tough game of football, so that's the bit we've got to concentrate on now, and then hopefully the rest of it could take care of itself should we manage to win that cup.
Tommy, it's been a few years since we've seen you in a final. Good to be back.
Great, aye. Really looking forward to it now. Can't wait for kick-off.
Your name's been synonymous with this trophy 8 times. You've won it now. Do you still have the same hunger? Do you want to go out and make it 9 today?
Oh, without a doubt, aye. Look, this is what we're in it for, games like this. It's great to be involved in semi-finals and finals, and we've been lucky enough to be in quite a few.
You lost to Troon here a few weeks ago in the West of Scotland Cup. How much of a motivation is that to the players to go out and rectify that today by winning the big one?
Hopefully a big motivation, yes. I'll be using that probably in the dressing room. We know how it feels to get beat here, and quite recently as well, so we certainly don't want that today.
I think I'm right in saying that this cup is known as the Holy Grail in Auchinleck, and how much would it mean to you to get your hands on this trophy again, to take it back, because it means so much to people in the village of Auchinleck?
Without a doubt, we want to be taking it home in the bus today, there's no question about that. Give the fans something at the end of the season. We've managed to secure the league there a couple of weeks back, and the Scottish Cup would just put the icing in the cake.
Gach manager a cainte dúirt Comar agus a dáchas a Cupa sin a hocal rá Ailig O'Henley. Cupa Junior na h-Alba goike warpa sin náisinta is sinne an dúil agus sin a Cupa Auchinleck Talbot agus Largs Thistle a gamas a hon fiscar a dú. Well a dámach an gol huas chunna spidish goinneach adis a son a chiatla in a game show. And no look at Ailig O'Henley.
Voor een tanke Micheal, Glenn's ma de Cupa agus biada skipper a show. The dochas alone einid aghaidh gnisket Largs Thistle as an léintin puye luchtach gachgasan a cúncheang in a fad agus get a tan puye saskin fach a dochar lek hat tan gora machgas in a fall van day agus show neach man da skippe da aardige van neergoors hier na Craig Little a cluiche dat me gede gewaat aan de goors hier na Ailig de Talbot Sheikh Blean na sheis in a tuchtum van een pengi David Rams kuche gede gorstachig agus sin de da aardige aan geisen ach biat de kite gemorle wil so like an Kate Hurl as a groep nu G as a league agus kuche Lewis Davidson Mark Stuart Davidson in de goelig 8 G Hurl 3 as a groep pakkes en had sin ke vi kutremach maar Largs Thistle het olgaanje lawen in de groep ju da aardige kuche geson Auchinleck Talbot Ian Thompson is Kyle McAvoy G-shot in a stave on a dara game you near course here on the Hackers and Cammy Kay agus Kenzie Mitchell G-shot tuchtim kind of pengi agus dish two of us Hackers and I can the Kyle McAvoy Connor Boyd Cassandra Shia Turl as a groep da hul G karichet ulekulier had she the desa Skippy in aan de line het hasach in de game could fall to the gele na gorige more Micheal again met you kosach gevallen Bobby McNamara can see you coming the juniors Hula den kosach gevallen was in I said each of the hacking Ewan Birch and space in the dochas could be Fisker Cuairt I guess Kapak in the cluiche down to the fine follow agus fine stech and a seachi in achke agus luchtach kick Largs Thistle it's cool it hurl achgesen agus biasan a dochas skip achgesen a heitug suas go Cumbernauld in the parke and Murdo you know this very situation well. What would the managers be saying to their players just to make sure they settle into the game early, get a good early touch, feel their way into the game?
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be the first 10-15 minutes. I think the game will be a wee bit frantic, so I think the managers will just be Well, decides to keep it tight until then, bed herself into the game, and then go on the front foot.
Micheal son a game a goed gedal. Largs Thistle in the lawn een de goed bij een durus met haar maar goalchen. Het is een keer dat Guybroeks en Glen Afton de Baffers Jude Alan Ruff de laatste. Sean Yerkley in Halapte. McCurdy Lou gegastje gelachen te Largs Thistle. Dus een Auchinleck. Keer plein van Vinnie Jasena. Joker Athletic. Kignoni, agus in lach díise daar als skippe sin. Mag versting skippe agus de Vengi Ju Eden Wilson Kuchach sin nu díise daar pick de gale seo an sashin game gedal. Na pulach selle Jean over ha ut de gale aan. Have they show a quarter of the click of it? It's a bit of a delay here at the start of the game, or that's the last thing the players need when they're keyed up to get the game underway.
Yeah, it looks as if you're just about to kick off, and then for some reason, referee Ewan Birch has just brought the proceedings to a halt at the moment. It was the same last year, I think. The kick-off was delayed, and just with the crowd getting in and stuff like that. So hopefully it won't be too long.
Sin pulach tikshin kusanaha daal ach a reach of the me on the pathke. Kafak in the cluiche in the game, ein Cadol. And I'm not picking silly the Chiain of the show. Dat Micheal the Fant ha Coimhead the game, but Toshachu. Last of the Nashian machine ha Carantulich, Yenomach. Die druppeltje houden als Luur naar druppeltje technica gaan, hoe Cumbernauld vergeet er een halve kies. Kafak de luchttuig in. Game ein gedol. And in terms of once the game gets underway, Murdo, we're looking, they're very prolific players on both sides today. You're looking at Conor Boyd, 32 goals in all competitions, 6 in the cup, and again for Largs, Will Sewell has been a talisman for them in the cup and the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players scored a lot of goals for their respective clubs, and real danger men.
Just get the heen pick, far the path, get you terug en een halve kies krijgen. Misschien is kuddig gewil, pick en te gaan aan. I guess moest je beginnen de goed getooi, goed is in de game, een getooi. Kijk je daar een vijfde celje gaan je die je Athena misschien tikje haken gewil. Geen pick gaat ik in, breine path ke de val had je een pick en te krijgen. De vijfde zin nog goed kast. De game goed getooi. Goed in je haast de veer, natuurlijk in de show. Yes, bishnet toch eens gebi game het toch gelijk rood toen ke fashion het dollar. Yes, Stuart Davidson, Vinnick, Kuch bij shot 3 tussen, maar goed dat ik ook een lijk. Can't get a foot gillior haast zo'n cluiche. I guess me de gauw haar reach de go daar wie aan de path get. I guess the ball hurts the Kyle McAvoy. Zo'n game goed getol aan de cluiche en de Largs Thistle haast ga blagen heen in de duval. I guess famous in Asenine stig. Mis fashion the game getol. Karan Bristje Toshach Jamese ha Kafak doch een lek en getol so is in de cluiche dan ik Largs Thistle Bristje gevallen Micheal son game goed getol. McAvoy, vijf geveurtje nog. Dus de kleine Giet Ijak. Dus begin de gauw, Machlin. Nog een leuk fijn. Jem Kato, gewoon nog roh. Goed, minnaatje een shit moest doen de game Kato. Dat is Largs, vijfde Giet Uzi, de hoek out. Lapsley i de valwach hij is een koude vuur. De Vinnick in Ashketa. Dus er een leeg hoor en misschien ik pleur de wijn heen. Je gaat de goed Micheal Steele. Conor Bradley. Corta seo the Largs blitni fine suag tra yn y bal. Ian McVeigh. It's a bal yn y sŵa sy leina. Wel had het opgegeven, daar schreef Agus para leina sin. Really bright start from Largs Thistle. Almost the opening goal.
Absolutely, really good defending there on the line. Really good opportunity for Largs.
Han ik gloos het sies thuis yes in de vaart agus naar de hoogste show. Gewil Soul nou kan je kunnen Coimhead aan te Auchinleck. Dan gaat de lijnen kajachke. Iedereen val af Neil McPherson een skip uit. Kan goed val af de passingetje is thuis en mag het eerst. Nee die val. Dus goed hem tra chien. For Largs Thistle. Micheal Steele is terug aan de vaste. Agus even kun je gebouwen de lijntje goed. Apik en te gu en zei het cool Largs Thistle tras de game zaten de schöne gelijke leefwaardigheid kan er de winnetje. Hier staat Tuchtemko, Soul, McPherson en Comar Soul. And the experience of Neil McPherson being called upon early just to shore things up at the back for Auchinleck.
Absolutely, reads the game really well, Neil. Defends really well, defends his box brilliantly. But Largs have put them under a wee bit of pressure to start with. Good start of the game for Largs.
Largs Thistle a Gronkug Eide Doris, maar tras de game. Tres prepassing niet de was Joey Gele. Nee, in de val van die scoorde de Vox dat gaan luring. McAvoy tune Eilish. Is de Noorse na. Goed, to be the ball of cluiche in a dashach in iscu ag Largs Thistle a cha bristu go Cumbernauld in a park agus the shot bristu go fadarach go Conor Boyd the cluiche that Coimhead a cha Auchinleck ag no taich ag de muye game it over count go count to need a trasa yes really how so fine follow so is good there sneer Wil Soul de daken in de waar en niet checken voor dat zaaf. Nog tijdje keer zijn Soul flip. Shot hier terug als je net eigenlijk Auchinleck je het kroon vastig in de gele zo is de live lead. This guy at the start of his check. Nice open start to the game, Murdo.
Absolutely. Teams attacking both sides and lots of forward running and defending taking place around about the box and stuff like that. Counter attack there for Auchinleck is really good.
Something is Jack aan Geisen en Duval. Bal de chin tossing. Groen het over de hand. Is on the G and the Largs Thistle the Ailig O'Henley gaat bal van Ashak Auchinleck. Nou dat smeeker uit de sinne winnig. Kashkere meer in de park je zuur drippen aan. Weet je dat haringe dash. Bradley is minion gyda fel fath close the fall of Eisen graag to be current the fee now nach haringe each of the Shinadash George O'Connor for Glee Largs Thistle do some game distance to fernach la tool the Gillashach Jew Hasten out of the Ake and Sadish William and Micheal machine McAvoy. I think Kyle McAvoy would probably feel the ball's there too. One that's a clash of heads, but there's one he felt he had to go for.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Ewan Thompson. He's gone there 50-50 ball, and I think he's just made contact before he used there as he's gone ahead of the ball. So quite really, the referee's getting a free kick there.
Well, yeah, Corey Hughes in the lot. Forstenach. Cumbernauld, the Boshing, Illerson, Largs Thistle. Liam McVeigh, Cumbernauld legal shot. Duval with the Rasik Tarsingach. Like Ailig Bíis Juval and Hilda is Jack! Oh, up at toe! Largs Thistle in Hoshach again. Ball with the Ailig is down. Agus hat in Hoshach as the course dheireannach. Tra, mar bhí at the Cuairt, picking his 4 minutes in the clock. Agus hat in the Cuairt line. Agus Chip Davidson in the goal. Lìbhrigeadh sin Cupa Junior. Naar de hele bal is stuit. At je cool. Great finish, great run at the back post.
Yeah, absolutely. Blair Devine picking the ball up in the pocket, turns, puts an absolutely brilliant cross in at the back post, and Lewis Davison goes in, which he's done so many times this season. He's 18 goals this season before the cup final today, and he gets on the end of that brilliantly. Great goal, really good start of the game for Largs. Really good goal.
His dad would have approved of that one.
Absolutely will.
Lewis Davidson, Mach, Stuart Davidson, who could Largs Thistle in Hoshach. Agus again met all like geama hele Cuairt het as in 'n kaint has the kaint dat sy deur laat ag op het toshach again again. Agus Davidson the wie go Cuairt. Largs Thistle decent maar van kraak doshach 8 tuig as a league 3 as a groep hat sinne horsko keer is agus Thistle in Hoshach. Dit keer skielach ad is mach. Dit is de show ek jedig geneske dat gaat torune daar kan haast. Stuurder gaat ze was in de kaart in de deel maar frikkers dan gegaan Nederlands gaan nerpsen. Wat de fall af Cuairt. Comar het Allt harsing alleen. Auchinleck vegen die frikkers ein Cumbernauld. Versen, ik heb de Satje naar de via Auchinleck. Je hoort de Lynchen Puye, Rash, vegen de Ailig Records, Auchinleck, Juval tossing agus. Harashin, fatte fall af Cuairt. Conor Boyd, Lishanur, Pochewn. Decent response from Auchinleck.
Absolutely. He always gets himself forward. He always gets himself into positions to put good crosses into the box, and Conor Boyd always finds himself on the end of that cross there, and unlucky with the header.
Wel tra as in 'n Cuairt as in 'n Ryan agus get the vision is winning gefutige game show wie geama fash kan ik niet deze ze gaan je kussen de weer eruit en maar je tolle mure baan is Noorsen Talbot op een keer daar game 3 gehoon slàn like kishnek de record tras game chorus meal game think of show meal of the Jeff game Atkinson as cool Auchinleck Talbot I guess was een prima game Davidson de winnige groep is 3 tussen kan die Auchinleck gaat Largs Thistle look at it Hoshach heen de bi Jake Bleene maar manager like Largs Thistle I guess hortiga kwandish na rafake de sinne gaan we lewe toch al goed budget Micheal maar gesine de val neach-aithris ik kan nu niet meer heen is wat met master had al in de laar de val I guess reach the Ailig de nieuw session I guess the Shechad Ravi think de fachel chronach even aan what a McMaster felt the full power of this challenge.
Yeah, it's a really strong challenge from Austin's side. I think the referee's given a foul for the follow through.
Fortunate to get away without a yellow there, or is the referee just willing to let one go in the early stages?
I think in the early stages of the game, I think the referee's done the right thing there. He's just let the game settle, not be too rash.
h-Alba we kunnen zien wat de keelige caramelle hier fear you hoshach toshach is on Largs Thistle. And it's the Luftach Yachkas in the Coolig George O'Connor in the Doikwan. Corey Hughes is a rat of the shin. And Boyd in the dheireannach is on Auchinleck and the geama shin had Survey Pachach as a Kappa Thistle Show Gala Savinach. Lìbhrigeadh Tarsin the path go Blair Divine. Agus at Ashika Divine Suas Alina. Agus putting Gaib Shinna Comar State and Lapsley a Fiachan Define. The Thistle will be delighted with the start they've made in this game.
Yeah, they will be. They started the game with real intent early in the game, first 5 minutes. There was 3-4 corner kicks. That's before they get the goal.
Kieran Brady. Daar back is in the ball line. You follow the Comar. There's Gasuls, Tuchchiadash, the Blair Divine, Savinach. Cuairt the Winston Kita, Ross Clark. Lìbhrigeadh Mach on the Div House and Ocean. Tuchtig to drain. It's a silly one really from Clark there. He's done the hard work, but he puts a couple of hands in on the back and is right in front of the referee, so he has no option there but to get the free kick. Yeah, it's a silly one. He's got comfortable possession of the ball and he's moving his team forward there and he's just turned the momentum of it. Stocha gyfil at the fallach yn gyfil at the toshach caran trwyg again. Fechin stocha rwy'r marha. Hughes. Balwar to Yunsi Sewell. Myers and Nicky. Western Saim. Got Cumbernauld Bell. Here's Chad the Vinny Comar, me and a park, Liam McVeigh, drop at. Cumbernauld Sewell, Gearry Duval, that Laurie McMaster, Mark Carriage, Largs Thistle, Jew, Gloss at the shock on the line, and Bangladesh man, aghaidh O'Connor. What a great run that was from Scott Schoenville.
It's from Roy, he's really energy, he's got on that left hand side. Excellent player for Auchinleck. Gets himself up and down there and gets crosses into the box for them. Ex-Rutherglen Glencairn player.
Micheal Steele, Talbot, Lìbhrigeadh Sean the Magursh. And Thompson. Hadden Carrage goes to Toshach again. Mr. Ganyach Geres and Gadavachi. Hey McAvoy. Bradley in the finish who's on a new set. And Thompson, Dolkagal. Vian, Chinamacha. Due to the current coup, Chojach, Trundla, Fasten a Drasa Diashach, Green, Pick and Goo, Kuchach Gamma. Boyd, Fiachan the room, Yenagahe in Nord, Agus Gianashin, finding the Pafala, Bacharo, Kus. Nearsta the Hulu did well to make room for himself on the edge of the box there. Connor Boyd couldn't get enough power in that shot though. Yeah, he's always seen him going across the box. He's always looking for that yard to get turn, get that shot at goal. Really dangerous player, Connor. He's always looking for opportunities, and he's trying to fire one out through himself there. Rish. Thistle Gavinny Garash, agus picking as Cúra Micheal Steele. I think a bit more care with that final ball. Murdo and Will Sewell could have been in. Yeah, absolutely. Will, really dangerous player. His movement's really good. Must be a nightmare for defenders to pick up because he's always on the move. Doesn't give defenders a minute to settle themselves. And you see him playing on the shoulder already. Gannani shoot gebel Auchinleck tor geama cluiche is na shech in megedig in deze. Ik laat het keer G geama cluiche aan de bek en is G richt la. Is karam toch is ga shin de hoek al tarsin op Blair Divine ach heet je Cumbernauld Bell le McVeigh e du vele Sewell fine kronkige dat is Davis in de chin de goal voor nach de goal prediction. Nu is die chat en could Divine. Caramella Nashka Bradley, Juval Lille, the Lulpagus, the McPherson, Brachtach, Suas, h-Alba. But really good energy from Largs Thistle in the early stages of this final.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Largs so far. The team in the ascendancy for me, creating the best opportunities, where they're getting on the ball in the wider areas. I've seen some excellent crosses already, that one caught offside of course, but they're a real threat.
I know Stuart Davidson made light of my question to him that he was able maybe to rotate the squad a bit more in the final weeks of the season, whereas Auchinleck had a lot of games in a short period of time. You just wonder if that's going to have a bearing on how this final plays out. It
could have. Auchinleck had a pretty hefty schedule in terms of games. Every 2-3 days they were playing a game, which I'm sure they found really, really difficult. Ultimately became champions, but yeah, as you say, a lot of energy out of the legs. So we'll see how the game develops.
Cuairt siachat é leine, binnig lìbhrigeadh. San récinn bheit a binnig geama ag geama désan bheit a cluiche. Brady, Hughes ga opgericht uit de goal van Largs Thistle. Smoonian, Idigal, Suas a leine. Haasthaachke, David McGrath. Sewell, Geama Túndag agus Cuairt far fast agus amach Liam McBlave on the mistake across the pool. What a wonderful bit of skill from Sewell initially. I thought he might have been trying to chip the goalie into the net himself, but it fell for McVeigh at the back post. Yeah,
brilliant striker play there from Micheal. Really, really strong there. Two men trying to hold them off, and he still managed to get turned and put that cross in. Really, really unfortunate there. Auchinleck can find himself fortunate not to be 2-0 down there. But what I'm really impressed with is the inside channels. They're picking up the ball in there, causing Auchinleck real problems in terms of their playing, being able to get those crosses in.
If Liam McVeigh goes across the goal there, I think he scores.
Yeah, I think he does. I think if he puts it high into the net, he probably scores as well. But really good opportunities. We see Will Sewell again on the shoulder.
He's just not giving them a minute's peace.
No, and he won't. Continue running, continual energy. He's always a threat. He's always playing on the last man, always playing on that shoulder, looking to get in behind, use his pace, and he's actually very good in the air as well. He's quite really deceiving.
Fergan cluiche dan bhuineas de Vala Largs a héin. Sa bharáine cluiche cruiseach stennas míor cúteach. Díos chamúrinte Auchinleck Talbot. Fasicin of the Stewie chéile. Nícha de minute agus nícha minute a sin a bhórcha siad a bhíag Largs Thistle. Corey Hughes. The McMaster. Stick Liam McVeigh. So díos os mínach al corm ag Will Sewell a fáin go búideach te glós a Giano hat in an tich corm a héin bála gutche fall up. Mapsley, as Cuairt sin, and ik wie heen, she sat agus steach of his own to Talbot, Allt I think if you're Tommy Sloan, Murder, you're looking to just for your players to get a hold of the ball in midfield and just to get a few passes going there and able to string any sequence of passes together at the moment.
Yeah, they're not keeping the ball when they have it at all. They're going forward really, really early. But they do break forward in numbers. As you see them coming in the counter-attack here, they're excellent at the counter-attack.
Shot Corm gave Kyle McAvoy, Juval the Stace, Ailig O'Henley, Bachida. Go George O'Connor, I guess, na Pippin na Sula, Auchinleck Talbot, Chabor Coimhead, Fach in your county, Shin, Kirtoch, Bachor, the boy to be the Gorm at the gap. A lightning break again, Murdowan. Do you think maybe Conor Boyd should have done better with this? He needs to score this. A good ball in, straight at the keeper.
Yeah, he's right in the 6-yard line. It's a tremendous ball from Kyle McAvoy. And then, like I said earlier on, they're deadly in the counter-attack, Auchinleck. And I think he'll be disappointed not to score that. But listen, credit to the goalkeeper. It was a really, really good save.
Mabo O'Connor. Ailig O'Henley is in the league in back. Dron Rawat, Grush. Hurlford, Cuairt Jecha go Largs Thistle. He's after the Cuairt first. Gheama sin sydd ein y ffola. Balford y hwg ar y Sheikh o Comar y tîn y mach agos y tîr y gydys. Nes ym tîr chaffa gaid go cewn yn y path gach. A game of the Vidal Cuairt Miles and know it's good goalkeeping again from a corner, but sometimes you just want to calm it down, give the players a chance to get to the kick out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've put a lot of energy into the game in the opening 21 minutes. So just kind of they'd be glad to just keep a hold of the ball as long as they could and let them come up the pitch and get a wee breather.
Here you game out of the Allt. Dheireannach agus a McAvoy. Fiachan the fine condition of the Ishach. Shin of the Gheama. Divine ga Chasuas the line. Kieran Wood. This is Ross Clark if you can the Oprah McPherson nach in your tunnel shinnak and out. Agus Moon Kieran Brady Chumdags. Smoon and Carla cluiche fast. Half a Austin side. So aghaidh Chin for Bradley. Satig h-Alba down to Talbot. Ferson got Kieran Wood. Sean Bill, I could was it the Vashin Suez the line and pick and finish in the dash. Kahediction in the dish. Pick and a thatch stays the notion. Go Prechumach on a line of the ish. Suedilla and the Latuchum Kapoid. Yes, choose 3 is on a breed. The shin. The player divine. Neach-aithris sang. I guess him go at the lick alcohol. I'm not fine gonna darapau. Times the referee is just willing to let the game flow.
Yeah, absolutely. The referee's had a good game so far. He's allowing the game to flow and not too many stoppages in the game, which is great to see from a neutral perspective. But I think he's managing the game well.
Auchinleck Talbot. Ferson. Boy defined with the Coimhead. The Orleans and Puya with Ash. Ailig O'Henley. Brady ka wrakke gemacht. The boy that could Comar Auchinleck Talbot pick and finish in a dash. Waarom gemas aan de weerke? Zijn leerstlied van een giet leenisch. Sean Willadies. Tegen de fijn van het daar op Allt. Niet te gaan pick en te ver maken de show. Nur in te Thistle Prague halen de zin. Wat je gelooft het daar show gaan nur in gaan bouwen. Een goed trainen op player divine.
It's unfortunate there, a really clever run from Player Divine.
It was a really intelligent run, wasn't it? Just came into the middle bit. Lastly couldn't find it.
He couldn't. He was making that run wide and just put that a little bit of disguise and made that run central. A real threatening run.
Thompson, die wel bal traast. Die is Shaquille Rash. Met McGrath, Rash kutje gewoon in het Gianna kiezen. Zo'n bal, bal vatten, dropt ze Croaten. I guess 50 Brady. Micheal. They're going back to this Conor Boyd chance, Murdo. This is probably the best opportunity Auchinleck have had to equalise, and he won't want to see that one back, I don't think.
No, Conor's generally deadly for that range. George did well to stay up, and he's made a really good save, but I know Conor will be disappointed with that. I think it's a really important time for Largs though to really concentrate defensively and not give anything cheap away, and allow Auchinleck back into the game, because they're starting to show a little bit more energy now and starting to get into the game a little bit more.
Verach in game. Sewell goed te geven de bal wat eind van smaak gegaan. Als je kassen Conor Bradley kun je zeggen, is het een woord te zoeken gaan de Talbot. Die is geboren naar de bal skunje la bashin. Headache zo die is voor player divine. Dus de Coimhead was klaar. Boltaia, Cuairt Chashvuig in again. Auchinleck Kieran Brady. No doubt about that yellow card, Murdo.
Absolutely, no. It's a great run from Ross Clark, showing really good energy to take his team forward. And they were on the break there because I think they had an overlapping player on the left-hand side, and Kieran Brady's just come and he's taken them out. So no, I don't think he can have any complaints with that yellow card.
Agus fata cuileoir amach nach Bachoriach. Ach amaiu, mi naveras pí a ché darach is bheith fata seo amach ach Cuairt fis. Brady, ní meestal na bhíad eichgelas an a chóirgan a game in ist. Sin haas gan a léad a rúig. Smooth Micheal le bhál a seo son. Auchinleck. Ian Thompson. Look at this cluiche. Chais yn y glwys at the fall of an ish. And there's Luke Gillis. Fiach yn nirwyd ag yn i enw. Gish Suag pick, Gillis a hound Boasta. Don't think they were quite synced for that one, Murdo, and they kind of telegraphed a wee bit what they were going to do.
Yeah, a wee bit far out. I think there were some players there frustrated with that. Auchinleck normally a real threat at set plays, both corners and free kicks. And I think the forward players would be looking for that ball to be put in the box here.
There by Luke Gillis, Art Shachat agus. Arwar a Vashach na Pavua. Tuchtig sy dream is in, waar was Davidson en Falach in je niet gevoelig zag. Luke Main, heb je niet gedacht dat nog een lekker gebied is, kan je dat gekomen, Ailig Thistle, Blair Divine, a gloos attack is een Kroonhursen in de korte ding. Gloos het han je waan, je moet je chinestee het koelig. Ross Clark, gekomen. First and Gagronku Mach and the Duval. I think you wanted to touch on the runs by Blair Divine on this side, Murdo. His underlapping runs, we know he can go outside the player, but it's also the way he goes behind the fullback, and that makes it doubly difficult to defend him.
It does. He's a player of real quality. Really good left foot on him, but really intelligent in terms of the game. You know, picking up really good positions inside the fullback and the centre back. Really difficult to pick up, and on the run, you know, he's capable of on the outside of the defender or coming inside as we've seen earlier on. So real trouble for Auchinleck when he gets those legs open.
Da hwyrus am for dheireannach glwys syns putting of a pass Kerstein ikke. Show up fiachin fine van a vui de dies, agus stat kachodeid, agus Chashvuig eile in amach. Ross Clark fine Chashvuig. And again, as the man we've just been talking about, Blair Divine, just his desire to get onto that high ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got real pace, and I think Neil McPherson's got this covered here. He's seen the ball, and he's got real composure, you know. And I think Ross is just really rash there. I think the referee's made the right decision, to be honest with you, because he's not looking at the ball at all. He's just running, taking the man right out. But I think Big Neil is not too happy because he had it under control.
Maar smaak ik Neil McPherson niet duur. Seo an is an suúch just picking as asca de Daracach na bha suúbh bheith Auchinleck Talbot ag cheann eile. Divine Haast i lár with the bhuiile bheith sin túála agus bhíchad an cúteach a gáil a bhráteach ballach a muisciú gáil picking corner line bó Arnie farinnim Stuart Davidson i dúbháil sé gíleach is in Lewis. The Thistle of on the suúch a launch of this game set. Because she had the scholarship could the Shadul Hafka. A nerve position for Conor Boyd. Fast Auchinleck at a goal. Snarau Ed Hoshach Mara Largs Thistle the Viho Giri Daratoa line Chechazon Barach Solis Lach with it away and I guess skip it. Sewell Ishal agus Tukshin Savalay Ma Jordan Longmuir Kuchach passing away now. Sewell Leila the Shin Thistle haast, fiechan de sin níú sí Cumal atá. Micheal Talbot gain a fall afro pucht agus sin at bredi a hús a chúlach a hús a víscha súl fiechan de se báhain fasmach sa bó nach de gopricha. Clark Cumal stoi. Níos fa próca a sin Thistle a fadaching geama Cumal atá. Same. Rash go Clark. Hassan a falla bó Ian Thompson a sin a bheith go bheith réite de.
Clever play for Davidson there, buying his team a free kick there, just pulling the ball back for a sign.
Bradley, Micheal Laras in Newsiat. And again, Sewell demonstrating just how good he is from a dead ball situation. That was a good save.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jordan's a really, really good shortstop, a really experienced goalkeeper. Jordan and I worked together at Auchinleck for a number of years, so I know Jordan really, really well. Outstanding goalkeeper, and obviously demonstrated there with the save for the free kick.
Jordan Longmere like aghaidh Jilig Taste in a chail, sin triplet had the Auchinleck Talbot le Micheal Peter got Chilig Dashi distance agus good triplet to be a shot. Largs Thistle Cuairt Bradley Haas Gniedi agus Tasmina Darachu and we do vow. Agus Stuart was just a fair the Jera will geama Bradley Shachat. There would be a blow to lose Conor Bradley so early in the game.
Yeah, he's been really influential in the game so far, really composed on the ball, you know, getting his head up, playing those passes in between the lines, which have been causing Auchinleck real problems, so it will be a blow.
Pulach ein engineer in the Suez Ast, half fine court.
They do have Laurie McMaster playing at right back, who's a left-footed player, who could come over easily on this side. And Sean McLeod, see him warming up, who's played a lot of games for Largs at right back, who's got real energy as well, real quality. So they need to make that change. I don't think it will disrupt them too much.
Comar Hacha news is in. Sewell
Yeah, he needs to come off.
Colach wil Fiskerek, Bradley Shachat geta. Yes, Femiat Argu en we duval. Jechad de Shisu, Chaya Dash, Gola, Savinach. En zijn niet de Green Cheetah.
Ten minutes to half time is probably a little too long just to hold out to see if he can recover.
Joseph who's an out of who you know Conor Bradley. The Shakri gas in a lavo. Chin de Gela show it Rahenes Thompson. Is put a pick into here na Urpron and Mismunian on the V. Stries on a void. Sean McLeod, going in, Atchison.
As expected, Laurie McMaster coming to left back, Sean McLeod going at right back.
Darchu at the Viano. McMaster, Allt going to do so. Sean McLeod, Chined, Dolno going to line Yish, going to line it Gian. Conor, Cheval Largt. You see in crew je die eerste meer aan de paardje. Thompson de vier de goedje door Kapoy, dat gaat hij op per Divine. Minach na mar sin go léúne bí Thistle an hacht a Comar. It's in the díiste bhuaigh bhí an parke. It's very adept at doing that, Lewis Davison, that late run from midfield, which can be such a problem for defences.
Yeah, his timing of the runs into the box has been fantastic this year. He's added goals to his game last year. Young player, real energy, real quality, and adding those goals to his game makes him a real threat this year. And I think he's a player that actually across the leagues that you think could go and play, really definitely play at a higher level.
Schoenville, Selena, McAvoy, the goal mochen a douche nach McLeod. Fallach an grosú me géad a tín for a chuige de Auchinleck Talbot. Reach the cúnta chadis. Stach Largs dó iad a chúlaig. Stoch a pick an traf I the gele goed behaast dat nu daar de melftachtje Auchinleck a chan laat net kusachtjen son talach is oor guys en haast dat gaan unie kiljaar son sin aardige.
Important time for Largs to manage the game, try and get in at half time. Still ahead in the game, don't give anything silly away.
Master, agus Divine Gauprach Conway, Suas Elena, Suel Chinadash. Davidson in the eerste Dalton of Vian. It's a gebrachtig Suas show no Divine. He made that early run again, but then on the way back, he gets the pass and he's offside.
Yeah, he just needs to watch his line. But again, full enthusiasm to run forward and cause Auchinleck problems. A really good first half player, Divine.
Schoenville, Sheena Gaston en Coimhead in de park. Goed hele en jullie passen steken en weer een kummersje geleerd. Boy, de daar is het eerste. Goed hele Brady. Ook hier het gaat weer in de game. Connection senior. Mean it all good. Is going to let the Comar out. Chile Gadashko. McPherson is skip at dawn. So Lake Haynes is in the dash. Jordan Longmuir-lish. Here's McMaster. Geama. Masters adapted quickly to that left back role. Just as McLeod, they've settled in quickly, which could have been disruptive at a crucial stage in the first half, Murdo.
Yeah, absolutely. Laurie's played a lot of games at left back for Largs, so I don't think it will phase him too much. Quite surprised to see him at right back to start the game. Sean McLeod on the bench, but he'll go back over here, be really, really comfortable. They're really good defending in that instance there as well, tucking in and giving his centre back a back cover.
Again, it's Coimhead minutes in Goleúne. Like if you can the finest thing going, and I can let that kus chorm in a groeg is that Thistle doen man Powell is that the ball kosje share of weeks hier het liggen in checken met Jontje. Checken massive ashin voor Brady. Gillior Archer, dat gaat Divine. Fine Rutigen is het droog hoog ashin. Voor naar de hoogtje. Checken wat Suel. Kieran Wood, you know. Kusje. Sheen played up at the cheval the fall of the count. With Ella at guard Chechat. Master Gahili. Count Kieran Wood. Commissioned shot go terug gesnok aan het triantak big green. Largs Thistle scout gemaakt is Stevenson. McAvoy. We gaan zijn als een goed scheren nog maar jede keer geleerd de guchtbescho. Een klein aften. McAvoy kan maar power in je maat. Micheal Steele. Luke Main. Strí de chumaliste, cha Gianna sin, leis go Clark. As McVeigh leis a cúteachug léine dheireannach is an tíadach mar a bheith bhfuil súil. Clark, ball cúnachach agus a dhearag amach. Cúnachta seo lapslí a roiin yn edrych túf súil. Fémi a pásach chud a fallafanish. Nach bha ga cús úne e de vowels bha Coram Shechat ach Coram eile útig Largs Thistle stoch a bhí barach í ana yes an is cúnat an cafútig Auchinleck blistigar a cheann eile McAvoy. Dech in de roomie in a geheen ga oskel gemach a dies chun a dúval. Austin Syme. Die stopped for Davison, but at the other end, that pass that had been delivered a bit earlier to Will Sewell, Thistle might have been in again.
Yeah, just couldn't get the ball out his feet there again. The opportunity comes from Blair Devine, really pressing in the middle of the pitch, showing really good energy again, and able to steal the pass that goes across the pitch. So yeah, they're unfortunate.
Agus shot at the east, blistu gemach van a goed. Diolch fémi at the bas, for the fallan is mooi, ja, kaint san suv, le pysyn san niach ac y ffydaf saf. Cloud y fallach yn gyrwa i the ffwchtu van a goed, wach yn yla, fain sian at the hon. McAvoy, master, Cassin to Coolish and Sarate. Out of the bow line. I guess skip of it to cool at Jennishin Ma, Thistle, Sewell, Nasher, Le Cheval, Hakiri close at Chias Alina. Liam Lapsley, the goal do Vela, the Inestay and Archer Golamach, Solution Luciana McWoys then.
Intelligent play there from Sewell as well, getting his team up the pitch, put into the channel, making Auchinleck turn face their own goal.
Yeah, fair to say that Tommy Sloan has most of the work to do at half time here.
I think so. I think Largs have been the better side. Auchinleck have grown into it, but you know, strangely, not a lot of opportunities out with the Conor Boyd header. So I think you'll want the ball forward a wee bit earlier, but an opportunity now.
And shot Coram sa cars really to line amach a shot. Some player divine. I guess a shot on the suich with geama gilt and a chidach roli unia. And this is a very promising situation for Auchinleck Talbot so close to half time.
Yeah. Another shot at goal or a cross into the box here, but I think they need to try and work the goalkeeper here. They need to try and test him.
They're divine. Tres wicket at the going Leo Suhiatli. To Coram a shot Talbot. To do that a shot is Kuhn shot. Thompson, Luke Gillis, I guess Austin Syme get the hat. Smeechus in a follow-up. Die is kan een vijf de route kunnen de job terug gaat de opera erop met je de guy va Comar Sacho maga die is de Ashko Gillis. Pikken as Ashko drop zich va je the yard check in the bunch of tarsing. He's getting closer, but again it was just rising as soon as it struck his left foot.
Yeah, going for power again. I think Jordan Connor had it well covered though. It just rises and finds itself in the stand.
Stoch gyda sin yn Coram aghaidh vias Talbot sy hyd le. Fiction could be UK minute into Gúne Varach dda gael ac yn eich gyrig I le. Savinach aghaidh doin Savinach aghaidh. Wood, Ballard, maakt er zo'n McAvoy, Christian Thompson. Mail, shot Coram. Oh, Diolch yn Fiar post. Kyle McAvoy, gilt-edged chance just before the break. Murdo just tugs at the wrong side of the post.
Yeah, it's the best chance we've seen since the Boyd header. I think he's probably got to do better in that opportunity in that position, which would have been a great time to score a goal, and it changes Tommy's team talk completely if they're able to capitalise there. But wide of the post.
The Ruka Kerste in there, but I Harris Lou Kodakishina Darakach to the corner Oprahu. Hier minuten Ramekra, the Goeie Vark, can you Jerry Headley? Heet, Heishin, Shachat Marha. Shundal Suasalina. Is Ailig Largs Thistle, Atje Hakiri. Doris Gumaltoonjiken. Auchinleck Talbot, Johanna Headley. Lee Mabal, dheireannach son Luke mee. Thompson, Garrigus Steve for a cluiche. General room heen en Sean Nuriga nur bijna fall af sta. Shinne the U starts like Cody Hughes. Yes, Sewell. Neach-aithris be a grand finish. Auchinleck Talbot. The barach kucha manish in the chamagid leeunia. Agus main in the fennis a chuir notion is gonna be straight geama loyal. Lìbhrigeadh an sin a chreitsin a chasinatich in impi farala in a dheireannach Thistle. Agus have Cafax to beat if George O'Connor could show mach van a chúd. For a star vinach gan a 100 minutes in the varach get chance to follow. McAvoy. Yes. I don't have to go sculpture in the issue where you lay a good day like a fool. Kishin Cafeina can alone a dheireannach Largs Thistle in a minute and beginning a jitty Headley. He could show how to chase it back. Took it to Kasana Giach, McAvoy, Shinna the Levoli. Smean Chuka the Lema Bowl, Suas Kafava, Puringa, Kumale Darakach. Alle hele de shin van een satagistje. Je gaat zo'n dat je val af. Doch is gebuk show de Darakach. En is living at chilla with Akel. Connor. Sewell the ish. En ik wil signeer. Is het ish. De Jesús de Lena got Liam Lapsley. Tjena ma, tju skill, tjun like a Steven a clear, ik femi a gloset a Gianushin. Harsin go divine. Master who is called this Ashka player divine. Bowlenish and Tarsin Juval gaan a goal, like wat Jugro on. Sewell, ik heb maar geen Duval, al reetje de Sewell or je loert dat neach-aithris na bial. Agus had al je kiet leek account, leek ma eentje na agus. Lewis Davidson, Mach, advantages, Stuart Davidson. It could Largs Thistle at Hoshach Tras again, but you got him at Connor Boyd like down, nach Jidach go Connor. Agus Will Sewell the Hoshach the Jidig, the Head laid na fly in a lane of dheireannach Auchinleck Talbot. Had to stay in Jiddig the show at Broadwood. Like Leeunia, so who's dheireannach a Largs Thistle in Hoshach Tolkien Johnny, Largs Thistle a Hoon, Auchinleck Talbot Johnny.
Well, was het manach ra apper leidje veil kosje agus ag lechuunje Largs Thistle lavenocher een lavachgus en stoge is Cupa Junior na halpe ach geliaar a gut het tachers te darnale iter na skipien ach opperboor kejera ag Tommy Sloan die Giano ag lechuunje tolly tirakewil Murdo McKinnon them have a draste Murdo. Almost too much was happening in that first half. We had a goal, we had chances, we had some questionable maybe challenges going in there, but a great half of football certainly. What did you make of it all?
I thought it was a brilliant start to the game from Largs. I thought they were really, really good. I thought they were developing the play brilliantly in the wider areas. The triangle in there where Blair Devine was picking up the ball, causing Auchinleck real problems. And obviously the first goal comes from there in terms of the cross that goes put in. I thought it was a really brilliant start to the game from them. Auchinleck came roaring back, showing a bit of energy, getting the ball forward almost immediately. After that, but I really enjoyed the first half.
Yeah, it was certainly really good as well, and the sun is with us as well, which always makes the difference. But let's look at that first goal. Lewis Davidson gets it. It's almost just too powerful for Jordan Longmere, wasn't it? But initially, good play, recycled from this corner. Blair Devine with the ball in, and as I say, Lewis Davidson just gets too much on the header for the goalie.
Yeah, as we can see, real composure there in the second phase, and the ball's fantastic. Goes in at the back post and gets that header, real clean header there. It's a brilliant goal.
But you see there the intent that Largs had, but he's literally throwing himself at it, isn't he? They were right up for it from minute one.
Yeah, really committing themselves to the box. And from, like you say, from minute one, they've really come out the traps and had a go at Auchinleck. And I was saying it before the game, I was hoping that's how they would approach it. They would come out early and really have a go at Auchinleck and see what they've got, and go and get that first goal, which they've done. So they've had a brilliant start to the game. I thought that the quality of the cross there really makes that. Lewis makes a brilliant run, times it perfectly, and he's not got a lot to do there because of the quality of the cross, and it's just too good a header for Jordan to keep out.
It was indeed, and Liam McVeigh also nearly scored a header, similar one as well at the back post. Another terrific cross in, this time from Will Sewell, and we're seeing it now, but could he have done better here? Because it is really well worked initially, isn't it?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think Will Sewell's done brilliantly there. He's got two defenders to get turned, get himself a bit of space, and the quality of the cross again is excellent into a similar area, I have to say. And I just think if he goes across the goalkeeper or goes higher into the net, then they could find themselves 2-0 up. Auchinleck are really fortunate there.
Were Auchinleck, do you think they were slightly stunned? Were they expecting that from Largs Thistle? Because you were wanting that from Largs Thistle. I'm sure Tommy Sloan would have been thinking about that. He would have been preparing for that. But were they caught unaware slightly?
I wouldn't say so. I think Tommy's experienced enough to know that this Largs team are a really good side with players who can cause real problems. They're a real threat. I think the credit needs to go to Largs there in terms of their play and how they've started the game and the intent that they've started it with. They're not going to sit back and allow Auchinleck too much territory and to cause them too many problems. So, I think it's a perfect start, perfect game plan for Largs to come out and do that. But I think Tommy will be asking for more from his team. I think he'll be looking to get the ball forward, run about the box more. Second half, he'll be looking to cause them more problems and certainly make the goalkeeper work a wee bit more.
But they nearly got back into the game. We'll see one just before half-time, but midway through the half, Conor Boyd, the man you want in the box at this moment. It's a match full of headers, and this is probably maybe the easiest one of the lot. I don't want to be too unfair on Conor Boyd, but he's all on his own in the middle of the box, and it's any side of the goalie and it's going in.
Well, firstly, I think the goalkeeper stands up, which is credit to him. It's easy to go down there. The cross is magnificent again from McAvoy. It's a tremendous cross, and I think you put your mortgage on Conor scoring that. Either side, into the corner, across the goalkeeper, and at the bottom corner, then it's a goal. Normally so deadly from that range. But listen, credit to the goalkeeper.
Kyle McAvoy, as we saw there, crossed that ball in. He had a chance himself just on the stroke of half-time. Does he snatch at this? Should he be more composed? Because he's free in the box. He could maybe even take a touch as well, but just drags it wide.
Yeah. Firstly, it's a terrific little ball from Luke Main. You see it here. He just drags it inside, and I think he just snatches it across the goal. I think a wee bit of composure, getting his head up, seeing how much space that he had. It could have been a different outcome, either there having a shot at goal, or else I seen Boyd there square. He could have possibly just put it on a plate for him to put it in the net. But listen, a really big opportunity there.
Now, Murdo, you've been involved in junior football for many years. I'm not going to give away your age, but a number of years you've been involved in junior football. Is the physicality always like this? In terms of tackles are flying in there, only 3 yellow cards. Ewan Birch I don't know, is he being patient? Is he just letting things go? Is he being a bit lenient? But is it always like this?
Listen, it's a competitive game. It's a contact sport. I have to say, I think Ewan Birch has handled the game really well. He's allowed the game to flow. He's allowed teams to get forward to make tackles. We don't have too many stoppages in the game. There's nothing worse than watching the game that's stop, start. Really frustrating for the players as well. It takes the momentum out of the game. So I think he's handled that brilliantly first and foremost. And I think the 3 bookings are bookings. You know, I think
orange cards.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that. I think they've left them with no other choice but to issue yellow cards there. Teams counter-attacking and tackles getting put in, taking people out of play when they're on the attack, then, you know, I think he's within his rights to show the yellow card there. But overall,
it adds to the spectacle.
It does. But overall, I think he's managed the game really, really well. Very, very good referee. You know, speaks to the players. You know, talks them through the game. You know, which makes a big difference to the players, and you know, I think his performance so far has been excellent. He's managed it well. He's not put himself into a corner where, you know, he's going to get people sent off early in the game when you know it's going to be highly competitive. You know, there's a lot of passion and emotion in this game, and he's allowed the teams to play. But you know, he's kept a firm hand and kept it under control.
Ewan Birch, today's referee. But Murdo, thank you very much for your contribution just now. Dra session Dolach Legion for manager Auchinleck Talbot, Tommy Sloan, for Idavil Cupa Ailig and the Cupa Junior na h-Alba. Agus, well, based on the Corachu, Clachvile Cupa Soriche, Ida Via Sakai, Miele game os Cune Auchinleck Talbot. Agus, wishing a fachgelish, Bechunga, the Chogamaha, Tommy Sloan.
Is J 3 bliana fichid ag Park Beechwood. Ha manager Auchinleck Talbot, Tommy Sloan, ag cria bal cosha le professionte na h-Alba. Agus nes traie eirintezen, chocheriche clach vile honriche, she ricking Miele game os Cune na skipper.
It came as a wee bit of a surprise to me when somebody mentioned it, and then I got a lot of well wishers for other clubs as well, and it was really nice of them. They actually made a big deal of it, and I hadn't really heard of anything like that before. I just thought it was really special the way people treated me in that week of the game and whatnot. It was really special and really enjoyable, obviously because we won the match. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I've still got the side of the park and I'm shouting the same along with the rest of the coaching staff and whatnot. I'm maybe not as loud as I was at one stage, but I'm certainly still getting the buzz out of it. Before I was here, Auchinleck were a massive side. When I was playing, they were a massive side. They were the team everybody wanted to beat. Willie Knox sadly passed away this year, and Willie had the great sides here. And the players they had actually come and support us and help out in there. That shows you what kind of club it is. There's it's infectious, it gets in your blood a wee bit. They're a marvellous bunch here. I can't speak highly enough. The committee, the people that run this club, they're the main reason this club does so well, I can assure you. And they're always supportive. It's not a case of one or two of them don't want you here and the 4 or 5 of them do it. They're all behind you. That's the main thing, and that's why I've been here as long.
Van a Hanneke Stach an een Davilis 3. Ha Sloan triches de Schach durch a horsch gu Auchinleck. Ga akel maar fair gine managerin is sorvichele, gaan nou na van en Shaw en Alpe, ach fjugen tul. Han durch is eke, titel liegt hoof sheer na h-Alba. Het chien is jay groen vlienigen voor een roit vask een kroon a hokal. Ach hij het buin erikit a Hyundai gu buin or.
We dug it out there, the players. Look, I had my doubts, I must admit, I had my doubts whether we could actually play all the matches and get enough points on the board. But credit to the players we've got here, the squad. Excellent effort for them. And it wasn't, earlier in the season we were a free scoring team, but in the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks of the season, we've been dug results out. It was 1-0 and 0-0, and that shows you the tiredness, and they weren't quite where they were, but he's managed to dig it out. It just says a lot for their character. I think everybody will go through stages like that, but we've got to try and get back to the level we've been at before and try and better it. That's what I would say. And look, sometimes it means giving a player a jolter now and again, or bringing a new player in, or whatever it means, but look, we've always tried to do that here, and that'll not change, even when I'm not here, I wouldn't imagine. It's not just about getting good footballers, they've got to have a character here, players that, and good characters. We want good characters at this club, and that's an important side of it for me. We don't want, look, there's loads of good players everywhere, but look, having the right type to take the club forward is a big thing for me. And trying to gauge that is one of the most difficult jobs. I think it's just a thing, it's in you when you were a player. It's the same, it's got to be when you turn up and it's a training game, you want to win the training game, if you know what I mean. That's got to be in you. To come here, that's the type of player I want here. So, and look, we've certainly got a few in the door, you know. Look, I think every ex-player or whatever enjoys winning, that's just a thing. I don't see that leaving us at any time soon.
Bíonn aghaidh in na cluiche céim suas chun na chuaigh éire an an léigeúr thuamh siar na hallpa. Agus bí dúlan éile ag slán a hasasta gópar lán uine mar greiver forklift. Ach, get a haia tíon fascéir 5 bliain na fichiid ag Parca Beachwood. Channeal data cholta sé go bhfuil son groiche na gáil ar a hochar.
It's a normal life I've got outside of football. Look, I've got grandkids that play football, my own 2 boys play football, my daughter plays. Look, I watch them when I can. Oh, look, there is a bit of time to ourselves, and sometimes you can squeeze in a wee holiday at the close season. So look, I'm not complaining about it, not yet anyway, so quite happy. I'm looking forward to this season. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Look, something new, there's new sides in it for us. That's something I've always enjoyed, going to new bits to play, rather than playing the same old. That's certainly something we're looking forward to. But look, we'll be trying to beat whoever's in front of us. That'll not change here. There's a lot of nice people in football too, that's what I would say. And it's good going to their clubs and all that. There's a lot of really nice people. That's one of the pleasing sides about it. You do feel it sometimes, it's a bit of a rush. It's your day's going quick, put it that way. But look, I find I've always did it. I've been involved in it now for a load of years. I've touched on that before. Am I a wee bit scared for a bit of change? I'm not sure yet. But I certainly still get enthusiasm for it.
Dheireannach go sarva chalas eachtrial lìbhrigeadh Tommy Sloan agus uataga a bhí fatana bear cúteach rá iedig an niscrasach go tera oper agus skipag Tommy the Auchinleck Talbot idir seo agus jedig again it cool a drasta in the Largs Thistle. Well, Ailig McMaster carriche Largs Thistle them huva drasta colody murder McCunnan cúteach. Ailig McMaster, Chairman of Largs Thistle, is now with us. Ali, thanks so much for joining us here on BBC ALBA pitch side, and you'll be happy you're talking to us as your side are winning at half-time. How was the first half from your seat?
That was a bit nervy. I nearly wasn't going to come over before losing there, but we've had a good start, and just a wee bit nervous towards the end of the first half here, but yeah, well, I'll do nothing but expect to do so. Well, I go up, so I'm happy.
But as a chairman, these are the types of occasions it's where you want the club to be. On these big occasions, in front of the TV cameras, thousands here as well. The sun's a bonus, of course, but it's what you want.
100%. The backing for the people in Largs has been phenomenal. We've got quite a small budget in the league compared to other teams. But the backing of our committee, our all volunteers, and all the people that surrounded me to help us out to get to this stage has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I want to bring you in here, Murdo, because, of course, when a side win the Junior Cup, and as your side did, Johnsonbury, of course, I know you're not there anymore, but ending that 57-year wait, Largs want to make some history here. What does it do to a side when you win the Junior Cup and the relief and all the rest of it, everything that comes with the prestige of this competition?
Yeah, I think initially it is relief. I think the overwhelming emotion kind of pours out, and we seen it last year when we went back in terms of the community and stuff like that. Ali's touched on it there in terms of the people at Largs and stuff. It's been massive for Largs, massive for the community as it was in Johnson last year.
What are you trying to do in terms of, because junior football, everyone's maybe fishing in the same pool at times. You're mentioning, money there. Some teams maybe have more than others. But what initiatives are the likes of Largs Thistle trying to do to encourage players to come and good players as well? That's what everyone's wanting to develop the team.
Yeah, I think we have to rely a lot on our manager, Sheil Davison, he's been there 10 years with us. He attracts players to the team with no able to come because of the money, etc. Sheil's got a really good following of youth players, brought his own son through, bringing a lot of younger players through to the club, and that's what we're trying to build the youth ranks now. Make sure the youth are coming through.
Your son as well?
My son plays as well, yeah, but I don't want to talk about that just now. It's too nervous here. I had to watch Murdy last year taking the semi-final off us, so So no, it's a nervous one for me, I can tell you. So.
Well, thank you both very, very much, Ali. I appreciate it and hope the nerves are okay in the second half. But good man, thanks so much for speaking to us. Murdo, you can head back up to commentary now. Thank you very much. Agus, well, sin sin a dras a chavór Micheal sonna darna le. That should contain Ailig O'Henley.
Well, and thank you, Micheal, and skipping a dash the fathke. Agus. Smink a bit large, good. Gyfiach yn ei dyf hawl was on Largs Thistle at Siesach cwtch gen ei ddyfal o fel nio chanel yn y lawn mach chlychyd y dda mach chyn y fathg agos yd cwl o sy'n hiw Bradley chai gorstach yd lechos yn y wyli a ddasg yn y dugout agos yn ei ddyfal Micheal yn y darn y li chwyd gytol Will Sewell fach o ma as ik hier het die is pikken te gaan like in je show dan over de god ik en ik tasje gedaan die in Birch dat zuurlijk is voor je ja willen goed in hem van begorgen wie is Micheal maar ik weet lesje wou zo is gaan het je ik Auchinleck Talbot is die is in de pinnik wil de Thistle mee aan de paadje Macra de Cupa Junior kon die Auchinleck maar ha verille kwachtig Mark Stuart Davidson Micheal de Auchinleck die is Stu cluiche geworpen en Tarsen Lewis Davidson Lekker Macra Stu wou was in het cool alleen het Gian It's divine, the Chum, I shouldn't stay Chum, I have put in Yaragadash. But again, it's that ball that bisects the defence, Murdo. It's been a good weapon for Thistle down that left-hand side.
Absolutely, the left-hand side's been really, really strong for them. Again, Blair Devine getting onto that. Somebody's got real pace, and he just has to stretch to keep the ball in play. But I think good defending, but you know, it was unfortunate the last player nearly got across the face of the defender.
Yes. Ishkes de bier goal de fast is hier dan hier bouwen kan leem schachat het kan nog goed dat Gian sa shinke winnen riplet sa mich was klaar geweest Micheal is een vergen nu je hoek kars wie is hier het le zat de gestreche de sound de Thistle so noshing duval Ryan is schuldig in de hand dan ik is een aantal er is het asje Die gaat oprige gestrecht aan de noshang. Thompson kan Comar steeg. Ashkelijn is de notion huis in de verlikel. Zo'n steeg via een paadje. 7% Talbot. Wacht gegaan mag. Had de tilje gehoord dat ze gaan zo zo live is gaan vaart. Thompson, Kafak, agus. Oh, waar toch is nog gemaakt boy. Agus mee in de tune dat. Ruka the shin Kiri. Talbot just maybe caught the Thistle defence napping there and just that final effort for me and he couldn't just get the power behind it that he wanted.
Yeah, didn't catch it cleanly. And they just lost McAvoy at the back post and he managed to get the ball across the main there for that wee opportunity.
Sewell. Beetje goed. Kieran Wood. I guess. The eerste game at the start. Dat is gewoon een dag op de zin. Sewell het toch van een goede goede Pullman gaan. I think it's just challenging for this ball. Will Sewell takes a bit of a sore one there.
Yeah. And he's brave, tries to put his body in.
Maar een haag dat. Zeg bal laat van een duwelen. Så det känns kär med hur Kieran Wood faller weg. Wachka. We've count. Will Sewell had Asher the Hassan.
He's fine, he's away running again.
Firsten. Eerst. Het ligt er geweldig. In die bal van de goal of in een sjaar naar zin. Gee, de gemaakt. I wonder what Tommy Sloan will be expecting from his players on the back of his half-time talk early in the second half.
I think he'll be looking for his team to get the ball forward. quicker. I'll be looking for him to get it into the forward players round about the box, as we've seen earlier on there. Maybe the main chance. He'll be looking for his midfield players to get in the box and looking for things breaking to try and test the goalkeeper a wee bit more. I think first half out with the Conor Boyd chance, McAvoy late on, there wasn't an awful lot round about the Largs box, so I think he'll be looking for that.
Sewell, die is Stu Hua, gefeine Wheel for Smach, viechen de eerste Soleil nach Hanurringa. Auchinleck. De moesten de valliging de blikken eisen. Thompson, viechen de McAvoy getraaien. Hier is Paul Allt gezegd, de gorketje geschot, trying to tripletje. George O'Connor. Yeah, it does look like Auchinleck are trying to put that early ball in a bit quicker.
Yeah, making Largs turn a wee bit earlier. Forward players really on the shoulders and looking to support it from midfield. Really competitive in there. There's a lot of balls high, strong running there from Luke Main.
Main in de eerste al trying. Yes, moet ik zien les le live. Ach, goed ik niet ik zag. Ach, toch geen jaar zo daar Levo Talbot. Sean Bill. McAvoy tune dat gesteach de triplets gedaan. Got Sean Bill Ferrella. Chorus Cuairt geama son Talbot. Son McAvoy. Main. Ik kan parach geen vallig tussen gedaan weer. Kranstries dat cheval dat pas in de paadje. Dat is klaar dat je een maak nog maar eens uit. Fairness moon is zit meer aan de paadje als zuurlijk een uur zo'n Thistle. Wie had de zon? Ik vind ik schön doata. Ik is nog maar mag gepristje geschoten. Tarsin go Liam Lapsley a Chile gadash de has chli has a share agus an ocean of dash. Lapsley die is challenge Shalina. Als duidelijk ja schön. Sewell die is gekomen mal geen verbal wel maar. Well, Sewell thought he had done enough to keep that ball in, but the linesman was in a good position to judge.
Yeah, he's always alone running into that channel. So he's trying to keep it alive and try and get inside, but just rough side.
Schoenville, Suez, Aloina, Anderson Boyd, en fijn voeten nedach. Kevin Brady, Kachillige Dheireannach. Cool Davidson, Main, Kavinje Kadashach. Hier McVeigh, snaatje gerst. Zijn Thistle gaat parach voelen zo ik de vouw en is Talbot. Thompson ka hier dash. Oh, is caught him a shot. McAvoy is Savile and O'Connor. Really well worked counter from Auchinleck Talbot. Murdo and another good save at the end from O'Connor.
Yeah, good save for the goalkeeper there, but that's the second time now that they've been caught by a man over. Micheal McAvoy. You know, he's got a shot at goal, makes a good save for the goalkeeper. But again, another good opportunity there for Auchinleck. Seem to have upped it a wee bit second half.
Yeah, it's a bit of a warning sign for Largs Thistle, who, well, what do they need now to just to kind of reassert themselves, because they seem to have fallen out of it a bit at the start of the second half.
Yeah, we expect a reaction for Auchinleck coming out at half time, 1-0 down obviously, so I think they need to stay tight, you know, make sure they try and win more first balls. It's something that I've picked up in the start of the second half. Auchinleck have won an awful lot of first balls and knocked the ball forward an awful lot, so they need to compete a wee bit more with that and just bide themselves and get themselves back into the game. And it's been a frantic start to the second half here.
Liam Lapsley. Fatta falla bo Dheireannach ag Chile gadash sa ball of Vinnick. Is geen hele stutje, ik kan is prachtig. Ailig al zoes. Thomas Loon kraan nog wat keer kus dat ze nakelen weg ik leeuwje. Dat we keer tor, ik tosje gedaan de day. Ik kan gwingen, ik kan dus in de vaart. Mee, ik kan park geen val ze daar le. Yes, McAvoy Schulting en zo. Nee, voor de Hughes. Ocean Suge raad is de. Yes, yes, na vijgen de tune daar is. Paul de hoek al tarsin, maar Cloud de valaf, McAvoy valaf. Suus Gasul. Je weet how large het geloof. Agus had wel Nicolai Shin Kieran Wood Batori impie Gasul. Kieran Wood did ever so well there because Will Sewell was all over him like a rash there.
Yeah, I thought he was just about to get away from him, but yeah, Big Kieran, he's managed to get his balance and defended really well there, got his body in the way, protected the ball.
Manager with Talbot Kata. Saim. Oh, yes. Had je gedacht is de boy dat je vast de goal.
No spell of pressure now from Auchinleck.
He's frustrated. He thinks that they should be back level. They're certainly creating more opportunities to start the second half.
Yeah, they've created more opportunities, and I think they did really in the first half. So, putting Largs on the back foot. You know, I think Largs need to, when that ball's coming forward, the centre backs need to go and win that first ball. And Cumbernauld Boyd's getting a wee bit of joy in terms of those headers and stuff. So, I think they need to be a wee bit more competitive.
Saim Shinner Hoshach. Liam Lapsley. Could Cuairt get that. Hennis McGrath. So McGeadigan Sheehan. Schoonville. Dat gelis weet je de hier voor. Zat er gestart de Thistle of his own. Sean McLeod, Hanning van de Pengi. Geert Lee, maar dat beter de Bradley goal Jessa de Gorstige. Oh, toch. Hoe geschehen. McGrath. One player who has come more into the game second half, I feel, Mardo, is Luke Main. He's seen much more of the ball, and Auchinleck Talbot looked more of a threat when he's been involved.
He's a big player for Auchinleck, Luke Main. Really aggressive in the middle of the pitch, strong runner, gets into the box, scores goals. You can see him heading into the box just now.
Here's McAvoy, tegen die oude lijn Tarsim van Rob mee in de favorite. Cloud. Nou, hij was minker is zat gestech. Hij is in de wal nach nee, sa. Ik meen een coin tussen wal in Tarsing ik is in. En zat gestech. Schon wil komen ze het pikkende gaartjes achter ge deze Hakagalke Dutch. McAvoy. De bal hoek al Sheikh. Is foutje nog tegen die eind van de lijn. Shinnan is het Tarsing hoe het Boyd moet ik in. Is het dheireannach a scoop gevallen weer die val. It's all Auchinleck at the moment.
That is putting him under real pressure. Scott Schoonville buying himself a yard there, whips in a brilliant cross and a big glancing header from Cumbernauld Boyd. He always seems to make contact with those. Defended really well from Largs though.
Dat is natuurlijk veel kutje nog eens kassen de bal. Cumbernauld gaat de hoogte. Ja, fijn. Een tjentje puchtig gemaakt en had de wie geboren de vuin. Als je gedaan hebt, Shamig Edenwood. Ik heb eigenlijk Thistle gekeren, dus lees reach of the hier voor. We kunnen het nog teruggeven. We gaan Davidson in de bal laten winnen. McVeigh. Misschien de winnen maar uit de wijn die is. Hughes lichaam val af. Karen volg gezien, ze terug wauw was in. McVeigh, Broadwood net je getuig. Just in that kind of situation, and given the pressure that Thistle have been under, you want McVeigh to play a better ball there, keep possession.
He's a wee bit of time and space in the middle of the pitch. I just think he needs to put his foot in the ball, take the pressure off his team a wee bit, give them a rest, keep the ball for a wee bit. And he's trying to force that pass forward.
Lutig shot tuchsum Kasul. Muringa ein versmacht geta. Sein gehortje mag. Kan een cluiche geluk Gillis. Mas Kashonville. Waar Paula Travras, waar Kiri close it. Shonville's annoyed there with Syme that he didn't continue his run.
Yeah, he switched off there. He's looking for that through pass, which he's capable of playing. Just on the lag side there, also becoming a wee bit more isolated. This game's going on, not enough bodies getting up round about him. Auchinleck at the moment.
Game kon not gaan, je gaat de crème gaan alleen in de haket. Snor is nuskit maar Auchinleck, leren te gecht reis aan achtershot. Er in de Davidson fijn gaan ze naar toetje komen gra. So die is Chasul, daar je geluk in de bal. Blistje is daar fijn en nu te vallen. He's slightly fortunate with the way the ball broke for him here, but Caramelo shot toch de Thistle. Alwitchen is there, gaan Muringa terug houden van Tarsin Vakodach in de pair. Caramelo Divine. En ze dropt ze lang meer goed door de cheval in de vallen wachtje gevat die Sean McLeod. Muringa fijn Shechat in McVeigh en is een motion naar Caramelo Shechat. They needed that, just a wee bit of pressure, just to alleviate the pressure that they've been under at the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. And throw out for the goalkeeper, they stole the ball, and a really good opportunity there if they managed to get turned and find themselves in a really good position. But that wee breather, as you say, has done them well.
Wachtijg, Coimhead in de paadje. Agus huilen te gebeuren te keren. En zo is geen geantje, ze daar het heel lijn weet ik. Hier te gaartig grijp, ze koers geren nog zo. Hier is Divine doing. Agus ja, maar fijn van de derde paal. Dus zullen die is Halasheen, hier is Divine. Duval with a scoop of state, die in de paadje komt maar gra. Moonje was moonje nakje. Dat gaan met B en oorsnee schoelen gemaakt. Sean McLeod, eens mooi naar eentje zit, Paul aardig voor de stuit. Zo binnen hier het wou. Hier goed. En is Clark is kippel gericht erachter. Sean h-Alba, Largs Thistle, klein toe luchttijdje. Geschokt en misschien goed. En dus had de kant is aan de nul partij niet daar raakje. Klein kan drupplatch. Brady, hier ter hoek Karswoeien, maar de geama voor de gevallen van Gunnar van Oorsen. Die is daar vast en stil hier te zuur in je taagste piertje. Schöne shot, Davidson, Ashko Divine, Zuul Kairi Tra, Lapsleetje, Turinga bouwlijn voor smaak, Femiat. Barkuren Micheal gaan de bal van de zeer machine. Wel naar master. Generation Huul de manager achter. Ga ik ook niet weer naar uit. I think they were annoyed. That decision they thought they had won that ball fair and square.
I'm not sure whether he gives it for a handball or not. Flicks it up off him, but not for a handball. It's very fortunate. I thought Laurie McMaster read it really well.
Ik heb Stuart Davidson nog wel cognition record dus. Sign. Comar. Is het dasje. Davidson. General op het half kutje gemeen paadje. Heel lekker in de jiffer het er daar skippen haast. Ach, daar naar die Gilead, Chavor. The Auchinleck Talbot. You see, nach the hilting of the Han Haas get that. A ha spirit that shown the Isaacing. Was Peter suicide game. This is the problem the Largs Thistle have now, Murdo. They're playing very deep, and even Sewell is having to drop back to help. So when he plays a ball like that out there, there's no one there for him to aim at.
Yeah, absolutely. Auchinleck have penned them in, put them under real pressure. That's what happens. They start to get deep. They get to play around about the box, put balls into the box, and if they don't get the first contact, the second phase, quite often they can get opportunities and score goals from there. They're a real threat when it comes to this time of the game. Really important time for Largs to make sure they're tight and run about the box, defend their box well. And as you say, Will Sewell has put so much energy into the game.
Op de keer Corey Hughes, wie daar de gassen, Comar hoe dat boeien, de Cheval, zijn tarsing, voor Clark. Guias and shoe like it's a rage that just on Coimead's got. Yeah, look at the geama Largs Thistle, which you find your ash just big and evokes it. Mr. Kibidi Boshing shows Jeff. Talbot, that's the noshing. Gillis, the loop of shows Jeff, like Haskell. Thompson and Moishin called this selection ruin, a skirach. Now we're going to show the loop of Jeff and Munya Kulitinya. Took Jeff a sign, Magus 2 Vidin, Boyson. Not too far away, good technique from Syme there.
Absolutely. Auchinleck are a real threat from set plays. It's one of their strengths. And we've scored a lot of goals from them. Largs defended it really well, comes out to Syme, really good technique. Unfortunately hits the side net.
Auchinleck Talbot is Ailig O'Henley. McAvoy, Collier. There's Cameron Kay, Nacha, Tommy Sloan rolling the dice early.
Yeah, Cammy Kay, he's backed up that forward line really well this year, scored a few goals. I think went from Morton and hit the ground running. Auchinleck has done really well. So, a real threat, loads of legs, loads of energy, knows where the goal is.
Cloud throws the line up. Seanville, Gavinnick Sinier, Gillis, Jacahunda, Micheal Noshenko, McPherson. Duval with Davidson, Marker Divine. Soul Karen the Hall and the Shinnacha Haas 3 and a Bui the Harkenish to the Vinnigs to the Horjamach, go Luke May, nach Broch Fast Wuisen. That's the Blair Divine, a Soul, Jacharain. I'm go Cassan, Stewie via the lot. Lapsley, they'll kind of do Vela. Cassan skipples to Vuisen. You can define a fellow of Austin Syme. Has that all the show Lapsley. I guess a Jeesh is a boxer. Seanville, Yemi a Jailig O'Henley. I guess Tukchi Arash and Nita to the chain. Some soon group. Then yeah, Clay. But really nice footwork from Liam Lapsley in that far side Murdo. Created that chance almost out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Goes and takes him on, nice feet. Goes by the defender and then just gets his body shape right to put that cross into the box. You see there he goes by Austin Syme twice and then he just shapes his body and puts a lovely ball in there. Defended well. He's got it Seanville. I think there's a massive amount in it, to be honest with you, but
slight nudge maybe from Will there.
The goalkeeper, you got protection.
Change days in the juniors, eh? Goalkeepers getting protection, Murdo.
Absolutely. There's a faint touch there.
Fersen, Ailig, so scored the Vokse. Thistle's at just Chamla Hifon in a cluiche nach Anishta. Toshku Faski. Boyd the Duval was Savile Mavo, George O'Connor. Every question that Talbot have asked of this keeper, he's dealt with him.
Yeah, he's
had a good day.
Take no chances there. Yeah, he's made some good saves, some important saves. Stayed up at the right time, and you know, he's done really well so far. Distribution of the ball's been good as well, so good day for George so far.
Goed zo. Toen aan klanten heb ik crashen. Paulus Tarsing. Davidson, wenigstens neer als je Porsche hele we samen van de duur willen. Goed je machine die Shiraz voor Auchinleck Talbot zat de gaan define dash komen en zo. En een foster. Yes. Toestje kan McPherson uit de goed. Hughes kon dus je McPherson na slaatje daarnaast Lupia show stay at Ruka en Maravakiri. Yes, ja, just a big ground. I think this may be an issue here for Largs Thistle, more they need to get fresh legs on. They're dropping deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be starting to think about making a couple of changes. The lads have put so much energy into the game. You know, the first half performance was full of running, full of legs, full of energy, and that'll start to take its toll. A couple of fresh changes, I think we're doing well.
Davidson, lekker heen. Agus Fisker, agus in Shechat. Davidson, who are the duel yet. Yes, what's up with the Wahine Nacha? Proud moment for father and son.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done well. Scored a really good goal. I think he's run brilliantly. We change.
I think I read somewhere that Lewis was at the 2009 final when his father scored the winning goal 2-1 against Clyde back in the day.
Sorry.
The Junior Cup just has that kind of magic about it, isn't it? It involves families, and there's so many of those, all the different generations involved. There's always so many links between the different generations.
It does. There's so many stories, and you know, fathers, sons winning it, and you know, so it's magical.
Drast, magical. It's on Largs Thistle. A tór op dat je die nog haast. Talbot via in de fijne dash gan again. Agus Brady kind of fall off. Agus
another one
Clark.
of those stories when Liam McVeigh playing in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
So his dad won the cup with Auchinleck as well as a flying fullback. Very, very good player. Maybe have won the Junior Cup on numerous occasions as well. So that would be another father-son combination.
He also played for Largs Thistle as well.
That's
his
right.
dad, so yeah. Yes.
Pollock too, I believe.
Pollock as well.
Yeah.
Key Schulting and shot. Jason trying to ping you. Thistle the down the dash. Absolutely, a gedie Schulge Lewis a Gillis a Chile gedash a Hapuringa bal de Schlish. Se hier tuig. Ras archer tjurka geschies de line. Geen Jiddivish. Vina sharp van een nooit. Each of it. Here all go dash. Nasatje. Miss Clark. In every fankelig, isn't it? Karswoeje. Luke Meentje, kan de goede dag, skip een kutje kanaal. Hughes, Tarsing, skip de goed. Wisseltje gevoelig als de game in is. Suul haast, viagen je gaat. Skis a laaien heen. Aardige hele stoge game zat die aan. Bosjach en de vaars mee in de game. Cormaas, Karsel en Hoere gedaan al haast. Juval Bosaim. Schoonwel. Agus. Moerig even nur pijn. Eet harake chaast. Woed, kaheilige stui. Reine val af. Daar Hurus le magra. Chili adashke schoonwel. We kunnen hier het waalde stui. Agus het eerst voor mij. Agus. Connor the Comar Sul here. Again, a lot of the creativity for Talbot coming down this left-hand side through Shundle.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier on, he's got great energy and he'll keep going, and the quality he puts into the box is terrific. A lot of Connor Boyd's goals and McAvoy's goals coming from those crosses. And again, Largs have had to defend for their lives there.
And you can see players starting to cramp up, all the knocks beginning to just feel them that bit more now as we enter the latter stages of the game. And I'm also looking at Will Sewell. I'm just wondering how long can he keep running that, working that lone striker role. Is asking a lot of him.
Yeah, I agree. The second half, he's become more and more isolated. In the second half, kind of get players up round about him quickly enough as the ball goes forward, so it gets to be a wee bit of waves of attack. He's worked so hard for his team today. He's been excellent. I'll give the two Auchinleck centre backs a minute. He's always been a threat and a real focal point and led the line brilliantly for his team today.
Sewell, Cuairt at all like now. Gives us another chance just to look back at the only goal of this game so far. Came in the 6th minute. Beautiful ball from Devine, and if that's the winning goal, it's quite a story, isn't it? Father and son. Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolutely terrific ball. The quality of the cross, it wouldn't kind of emphasise enough how good that cross is, and the timing of the run for Lewis Davison into the box is superb, absolutely superb. Ailig is on. Auchinleck, Cuairt, Crooks, Fairview, Main yet, Thompson yet, Kenzie Mitchell, look at the Dela Cuairt.
Tommy getting fresh legs on, wanting more energy going forward, turn the screw a wee bit on Largs in this final part of the game.
Cammy Crooks, an interesting player, had a spell in Germany with a club there, TSV Buch in the German regional league. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can offer in the closing stages.
So I believe Cammy works with the sports company Puma.
Yeah.
So he spent a work out there in Germany, and as such played some of his football out there, which has been a great experience for him. For all I hear, he's a really good lad as well, really energetic. He's a ex-Johnson Borough player, and a lot of the folks there spoke highly of him.
Sin Harrigan, Tommy Sloan of the Yano, Jack Fechandy, Spilling a Suru, who in a skip Ackerson, Shina Chamagid, Minach and Magede, number Shin. Machu, Bow, the Vinyak shot, Urquhart, Mahko, Sewell, G. Surigan, Yana, Stockton, Nurigan, Ur, Pine, the fall of a shot, Bowich and Tarsing, far post, Agus Adish, Blair Divine about. Once again, is that man Divine just making the difference in that overlapping run, and I think that came off the base of the post. Yeah, really good play for Sewell, holding the ball up, and Divine comes flying on the outside. Jordan Lummuir's got the post covered, and he's rattled the post, and it's gone wide. Showed great energy to get forward there. Bekken Varach Mishnach en de luchttuig, Largs Thistle, a coole duiltje na te de wereld. Ik kan zagen, begorke dit ik zijn pik aan te wischen ga. Is Will Sewell, en misschien een keer game Akers en Chachat en een vee en een channel. Yeah, we talked about this Murdo, and looks like he's starting to cramp up a bit now, Will Sewell. Yeah, he's done an awful lot of running. He's covered every blade of grass. Liam Lapsley, Kuchach gyda goal Lar and me on the path Fisker Bla is path Stickach. I guess cricket and a touch Mark Kulak in a shot. He's got some cramp there. I don't know if he's landed awkwardly. Yeah, cramp's just kicked in, I think, as he lands. Geama Cumbernauld in the path Maringa Shin. Because by Will Sewell Coimhead at 3 Ailig in Nishtal here in the sun. Largs Thistle, Femi at Shuniano. Triple change here, experience of Craig Little coming on in defensive situations. Craig 6'4", 6'5" centre back who can header balls and defend that box. How sweet a moment would it be for Craig Little if he were to walk away with a winner's medal here today, because he played in the last final when they lost 2-0 to Talbot back in 2019.
Yeah, that'd be a sweet moment from Craig's gone. I think he's done his journeys in a couple of clubs and made his way back to Largs. And he's really important player. Blair Devine goes off as well, he's been excellent today. Jamie Martin coming on. And Travis Stacey, who's got loads and loads of energy at the top end of the pitch. Another lad that will not stop running.
Stacey is Martin the cluiche Auchinleck agus Dríise sin Stacey is Martin the Tull ein sa chucht mar ha. Agus súil a fine molly vanna cluiche agus in the vengi. 10 minutes in a machine at and they really needed those fresh legs just to try and get them up the pitch a bit more.
Yeah, much needed. They're just falling out the game, falling deeper and deeper into their own box.
Brady in the Marius, weet je dat? Grady Travis Tracy Ailig wat de gassen in de laar, or wat ook een 70%. Jimmy Martin, die gaan die pristje gevallen op. Naast daar de bal. Wat je veel nog het de groemenste bal. En is Craig Little. Ailig en een club is een presuur. Dat je goed, je gaat een dik en een warrig aardige schijven station. Daar wel de vaart gedraast dat gaat. Ja, die is. Juval. Kenzie Micheal mag een cluiche. De bal de steun. Micheal Steele. Laurie McMaster kan een val op. En je staat er daar, Callishaw. Dus Clark is in de maak. Vinnie Ash. En dus Wood. Je gaat de goal zo zo lijnen. Paulsen haast de steun. En je stunnen is checken nu. Zo'n Largs Thistle. Dat is ook weer een ruppel. Je hebt veel meer kunnen goede schoenen zo'n. Comar is going to click it down. Gian. Bal line gaan nu. Zijn. We gaan dus goedje maar gewoon Cumbernauld in de park. Jew Hassan skippelt tussen Boston zijn. Chili Ashka Schoonville had een goal. Gillis Machanjev. Ashka Schoonville. Nuriga heen en door bijna vallen we shot. Schoonville toch een away shot caught him. Agus Samuel Ailig by George O'Connor.
Great save again. Great save. Schoonville runs off his man.
Cammy Kay thought he had scored the equaliser here, Murdo.
Yeah. See him cutting it back. Yeah. I think Largs are falling into a back five as well. Craig Little going into centre back, 3 centre backs, trying to defend this out.
Tarún je daar kan de show haast. Auchinleck pucht tegen de eerste. McPherson, I guess, Morrison. Daar Clark Shechat wat je daar zijn. This feels like it's going to be a long 8 minutes or so for Largs Thistle.
Yeah, with the slowest clock in the world, that's for sure. Yeah. Important time for them though, they just need to go, be tight, be solid, win their first headers, second balls, get the ball forward, try and make Auchinleck turn. And on the other hand, Auchinleck are turning the screw a wee bit, showing real energy to get forward and get this equaliser.
George O'Connor pucht de gullet in de soes, zich pikken als aard to the vaak. Gullet te begeesten, liep in jonge de bie. Kunt er niet taag. Smuinig hoe we zijn saad, goed je dat again. De jaren geen dolle heen, de val was aan. Van Lek. Gisteren was Clark, Shechat. Tarek Abed. Hoe de Tull als een hier koers geren naar genuit en die North End. Cumbernauld. So Tommy Sloan has really thrown on all his available strikers here. He's going for broke now.
Yeah, bringing on Tarek Abed as well. He's made some really good impact in some of the games this season for Auchinleck. So bring him onto the pitch, see if he can do the same. But he's made a lot of changes. Tommy brought a lot of fresh legs, fresh energy onto the pitch. We're hoping it pays off for him.
Shach Minachin agus Unje Varach gachke daar Allison. Keine Ash Coimhead, König Mavisa Coimhead, Havile de Varach kan hecha Chidach go Pippen Penash. Craig Little. Geen mag het kutje kunnen nee. Tjech Goemes de bal guy vagus. Kieran good. Bal Carnegie lachen maar gasten naar goed Aslish.
Like just need to watch they'll get caught in the counter. Just that early ball forward.
Well, show at the Gino Slia State. Far across! Agus has State. Comar and Kay. Listen, Dara Herb. At the cool. Agus Tarek Abed. Hachirach of the Hain Fana Bengi. The two subs were working together to great effect there.
Yeah, Tarek Abed showing really good quality. Real composure running about the box, good feet. Gets the ball out his feet and just slides that ball. Tries to bend it in the corner. Away from Georgia corner, hits the post, and Cammy Kay really sharp in the follow-up there. Makes no mistake.
As we do at the corner, wad and the here there by Abed is shot. Hanukkah Ash for the first. It's Cammy Kay. Like a first the Hoon. The tossing a line it. I guess I should. Got back out Coimhead. The pick and finish in the goal. That goal was coming though, to be fair, Murdo.
Yeah, it was. There was intense pressure on Largs. The longer the half was going on, the deeper they were getting. And they'll be disappointed. Obviously, he's brought on another centre back to try and see that out, but it's the small details there round about the box, and there's just so much pressure. And obviously, they've succumbed to that pressure. Yeah, so it's a big 5 minutes in this game.
You have to admire Tommy Sloan as well, though. He made the changes, he gambled, he really threw on all his players, and they've come up trumps with that equaliser.
For sure, it was either that or let the game pass them by, and known Tommy the way I do, and the history of him and his team in the cup, he's certainly not going to let that happen. So making those changes, well, you know, there's no surprise. And in this next 5 minutes is going to be a long 5 minutes for Largs.
McMaster, blikje de zoo that in the cluiche fame of code. I guess met a chinkel jaar at more than a kere the girl got cluiche in the pathke. I guess I can either say my goodie summer shell, pushing it all chi that got prep and penish. The share of a guy in Co you've allowed in the hook picture the Gnesket. Vel Garele Dakal as a game so hast. Gu as een shoe like Auchinleck Talbot and is Nurin Geisen puts the dirt. So that a tail line. Shot at the ish. Tarek Abed, then you Jeffer, son of Kia tail. Hain, I guess Kay the ish, the couple of Conley. Tarring at the Yenish in the rock. I guess Conor Boyd, the fella can give a call gas and if he had Cogan again, is in the heart, all do Villa. It's a bit of tagging of shirts there and relief for Largs Thistle that it went in their favour.
Yeah, I think it would have been a soft penalty. So I'm not surprised it's gone the other way. But you know, Auchinleck have really got their tails up now and they're really flying at Largs. So they just need to compose themselves.
Master, Brits get more and Micheal and you that pick into who again. And the crooks got schooling gemach, got Schoenville, geama the viake. And then the lid, I guess. Paul hurts, got a motion. Schoenville, guy in the dash. Cuairt the Lynch Guram, Micheal all the box it, I bet I can putting a smack guy into the ball. Can start Vinach. You've been in this situation before, Murdo. What do you do when you're level, and do you go for it, or do you just hang on to what you've got and take your chances in the penalty shootout?
Well, when you've got the momentum on like they've they're certainly going to go for it. We were similar last year, we got the equaliser. Last 15 minutes of the game and we really put Jeanette under pressure, and that's exactly what Auchinleck are doing here. They're really going for it, trying to get that late goal, and it'll be really difficult to come back if there's another goal scored. A real threat at set plays, so Largs need to defend this well.
Gillis, Samoshan, Edu Val, the loop against Sheikh, McPherson. Yes, Ailig O'Henley, and the follow up. ball Cuairt a Ailig go chuiste sa dhain a follow le McMaster. Sponsors have given the man of the match to Auchinleck Talbot captain Neil McPherson, which, yeah, it's a bit surprising that.
I think Neil's defended really well. I think the danger is when Neil, he goes through, his job makes it look that easy. He's that good a defender, and he cruises through games. His organisational skills and his communication with his team round about him, particularly when the team's on the back foot a wee bit, is vital to Auchinleck. So I think Neil's had a really good game.
Maybe they know he's going to pop up with a winner. You never know.
Well, like I said, he set plays and stuff like that. Neil scored a lot of them, so it wouldn't surprise me either.
Check nach leú is siúla Auchinleck Talbot the last Thistle fuidech as a game. Agus Cami K who the dheireannach look at Ash Coimhead and at the Rui Yunsi Voxa County Yarragad Shagus Aston Cami Crooks Ferreira and from the Dengis the minute in Bayero Agus for Bristol Clear Auchinleck and North the Salas at the Dara Line Agus Shinnon and Million Barra the Chilling again Tommy Slàn in the Lear and a million Chiefs like aghaidh on the Cupa Juniors. What a turnaround! And again, it's one of the subs, Cammy Crooks, who has come off the bench and turned this game on its head for Auchinleck Talbot.
Yeah, again, midfield player popping up the box there, showing him time when he's running into the box. Desire to get on the ball, gets his rewards. Really honest player, Cammy. Works ever so hard. A wonderful finish, I have to say. Really good finish.
And that cutback is so difficult to defend. It's not in front, it's behind the defender. So yeah. All the forward has to do is just direct it goalwards.
Yeah, there's real good quality on it. It was important to put that quality on that ball. It's easy to overhit that, but no, real good quality, real good cross, and I have to say a composed finish.
You can't help but feel sorry for Largs Thistle though, given how much they put into this game.
Yeah, it's a real bore. They've given so much to the game. But they'll have to go for it now.
Met een eerste cluiche in de vluchtige Duits. Craig Little. Yes, Talbot, Fask, the coach here of Cupa Junior aghaidh at the little pass in your coin from Comar Boyd. The corner of Machtra, because Ailig is a shin. Shia Minachin, the Univarach Gacking. Yes. Vinach in Cabora, the Will Shepherd Naha, but it's been another masterclass from Thomas Sloan. I asked him at the start of the game whether he still had the hunger to go and win this trophy for a 9th time. He's just gone and shown us that he does.
Yeah, absolutely. He's record in our level of game has been unbelievable. Loads of respect for Tommy and what he's done in the game, and he's year on year his teams are competitive. He's there at the end of the season. They're competing for big trophies, and here again over 1,000 games managing at our level, Tommy, as well, so it's an unbelievable achievement.
After my fash the Cupa Junior Minachin in a Shia Varach chance to follow up. And you have to say he's done it with a new team. They've been away from the final for a few years.
Yep.
Neil McPherson's still here, Aidan Wilson is still here. We've not seen him come off the bench, but that makes it a more impressive achievement if we can hang on here and win this cup for the 15th time in their history.
Yeah, they've had a wee period of rebuilding, bringing some new players in, budding them into the team and getting them to play their way. And this year, they've seen the rewards of that, taking their time and doing that. last couple of years that they've missed out on a lot of stuff. So they're getting the rewards this season. Obviously, being West of Scotland League champions and now edging closer to the Scottish Cup victory.
Had de startach agus siúbhrí pa seo san Largs Thistle. Corman Riamach is just on Largs Thistle fé mi at the ball ward a seo Micheal Steele. Seo sin a rád a gáilcha that Amy a sin Art an is just sin at the Giano agus a sechat a chulatíine Comar Bell le chara me seo nuring a no paine fallach a nuring Jamie Martin na bhain de sinur pe cad a boxe agus bha caille de chluchita an Auchinleck Talbot ma chunius chamaiga ball trachpa Slúin a minute gulé I dácal gin a 6 minute in a bharach. Ber caréile dácal as a gaming an tucha seo. Apad cuairt geireann na cad a bhí ann. Largs Thistle in thoiseach is an bhórchuid sin a game a chanús an Auchinleck Talbot. Mar a stúl gaib. Tíine dá anamach. Agus túl an gníide se dul a gléir I game a tíin sin a dul isteach go úne bharach. Master yes Micheal who are the here tell Asha Kuchachu playing a dheireannach agus an sniachas a bí an isci grach K agus crooks Nick Ashkich the son Auchinleck Talbot ag ní the shot slúin a dheireannach Each of the Sula, Jane Wood, and Marha, famous shot of Gina Hastega and a box there is Commuring out, find Micheal Steele, look at the game, Neil McPherson, I guess she played for Macha, the sound teacher for Cassoon, in the look tight, the Largs Thistle of the Fool, Gra, and she did a cook big leg in the East. I guess sat to the gutcha follow, but Thistle of a. And the Suicha collage of the son of Orchid Shin again. I has in Shechat and Ish in the Shia minutes to go in the Varach. Sue Lele I don't know it that when I reach it it's toch a good a pick in a varach this is on Coscoonje Lipemach Ballongmuir so is going to know ik shot trying ik kan net in de paad got corner Amy Shaw of Gida got kan net in de paad a fist get a show got him again is een heel laat opgegeven Faya Caramella Lord, van een vliegje dat toch spieken de vaart Jamie Martin en listen to when you since in yeah Sue Lele noot dat van een reach dat Hashket minatje varach en Shia minatje navarach haast en je laat dat de game maar je staat zaterdag is het al duur willen dat is het Auchinleck Talbot sa vis Kirishine naar het show gal Tarek Abed Hannig Parna Bengi van mij fuse gala Shechat Akashin Auchinleck Talbot is Tommy Sloan het Cupa Junior na halapa vinnig Nuye Turis Akason een koortje Turis Shia Auchinleck Talbot in de Cupa Enymal Sheo Hokal agus apad gyda chosing at adju in Yenagus on a Borkage Yena game ach the notion of Quicketan Parna Bengi Kami K agus Cameron Crooks Shane Parna Bengi agus the Brunnick game as the minute in Bayedig agus Tommy Sloan a Clachgur Hucheolish Dishik Doon the Stuart Davidson of Aswinnick or Skialach Gavian at the Hain agus the Vach Lewis Davidson a good Largs Thistle at Hoshach acha pouring out Graham Chumalin agus the Spirit Samiam Auchinleck Talbot to the whole thing is on a league Gleg a decent to be the Hashpanig the show the is to Broadwood at the Cupa show Hokal in the is Cael Sorry shit that attain agus Cupa Junior na halapa agus Gina Lachur the chluiche dan a show asen in the gala dashin a Hokal Kuchach agus hat Jochanische feo could Melanach get the Kele Melanach get skippe is be at the Nische feo this na puin the Kuchbein agus bí fatach go go as go Auchinleck. Bí party fór y féfar yn och. Lwch dan Largs Thistle gys borsal. Siesw gawn dŵ a fisgil y griach yn sy'n bristio. Lwch taich iachgys yn y falaf ach fat cho fasg. Iddo lawn ein iddo chwchbys yn y dara ywyd i chi a twrys fan nwch at y geid. Ach ar oed I fi agus cwchbys Chile go Auchinleck Talbot hat is Chile gyda siw edele y sio ag Broadwood hat criach na chw Largs Thistle a hwn Auchinleck Talbot y ga
Tapalet Cuairt Ailig agus aber geama hydde fi acing y sio ag Broadwood Auchinleck Talbot y gleich Cupa Junior na h-Alba agus ha mi mwgoi can falch chwydydd Cameron Crooks had him hyf mi hyn agus Cuairt Murdo McKinnon. Cameron, congratulations, well done. You've won. You literally won your team the Junior Cup final. What does that mean? Sum up your emotions.
I think it means so much, especially for me and a lot of the boys. We've got a young team and not many of us have been in this position before. I know obviously the management team give us a strong backbone there, but for us to go and actually win it and not rely on penalties, especially after going 1-0 down so early, it's a brilliant feeling.
And after that first half, you know, the side that were up against it, going the goal down, you're sitting there on the bench, probably champing at the bit to get on the pitch. So what were you thinking when you came on?
I mean, obviously it's frustrating when you don't start, but I think that's the good thing about this team we have. Times this year we played Largs in the league, we scored late on, other games as well, we played Johnston Borough, and we just keep going. I think that's the difference, and I really think that comes from the management team as well, and the success they've had really push on, and like you say, coming off the bench and the others, you just want to come on and make an impact as well, and lucky enough both of us could do that and score goals, which was quite special.
It was a team effort, wasn't it, Murdo? Everyone absolutely played their part, and well, as we see now with the scenes and it's all blue here, it made all the difference.
It does. They seem to have a really good spirit within their squad, and that comes across when you look at the league games and you look at the games throughout the season where they scored a lot of late goals and they're never counted out. There's long spells of the game today where Largs did really well and probably the better side, but you know Auchinleck, you know the group of players, and you know the personalities within their team that you write them off at your peril.
What do you remember about your goal?
It was
a bit of a blur.
Yeah,
I mean, Cammy Cade are a lot down the right-hand side, but
Tucker's been going on at me. He's been going, make sure you cover your run, make sure you can see the ball in the goal and get in the box. And for the last 2 weeks, it's maybe something I've not done enough, and he's been in my ear at training. He's going, need you to do that, and then actually on Saturday just past it, he had us a bit after training going, right, this is what I want you to do, and it was just in my head, make sure you listen to him do that, and obviously it's worked, so you've got to give him some credit as well.
Well, that's very good of you to do that. I mean, you're describing it there, but we can actually let's just have a look at it as well, because
wouldn't mind that.
You'll enjoy this one. Murdo, I'll let Cammy have a look at it because you describe it for us, because it was a fantastic move. Cammy Cade down the right hand side.
Like I said, I've come wider than normally would, and he's gone, make sure you come out to get back in, and like I said, that was in my mind, and I just thought if I can get something on it, it's probably going to go in from where I am as well. So and that feeling when it hit the back of the head, as you can imagine, for everyone as well, it's just a brilliant experience.
I wish everyone looked at your face when you were looking at the goal. You're absolutely beaming at the moment. But it's why you want to become a footballer.
Exactly.
You want days like this. You win the league and you win the cup, and many more days like this. I'm sure you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see next year. Obviously, it's changing up, so it'll be a new challenge. But hopefully still in this cup. I don't know what happens with it, but you know, we're going to keep pushing, and you know, we celebrate today, maybe tomorrow, and then we're in 2 weeks
Tuesday
for next season.
Wednesday.
So yeah, exactly, not long of a break, but we'll make the most of it while we can.
Cammy, thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
gentlemen, and enjoy the celebrations. Enjoy the celebrations. Thank you so much. Agus well, Shoshin adras and click trin is look coaches who letting a fave this nipping agus kucha chuchpa Auchinleck Talbot a fave this duish agus well footing adras gol who's gonna spidish adras the edasku alicus on Cumbernauld.
Taplet de Micheal agus click dan Auchinleck Talbot dheireannach uit in de cluiche achgesen she click dan Largs Thistle ik door te doshach geta Tommy Sloan een se jewelach duval agus ha sheer goal gaan je jedig chin in chichtel en na de hokal och duis hier arichet en is just on Tommy Sloan as Kuhn Auchinleck Talbot nach ala 90 driach kada viake like Beechwood Park agus as the fair the Gráinch nog chud cearsta seo, mas minion go bhfuil at deoch sinna picanta yard. Gan y cluiche dar mar at dal suas. Chud fáilte ora. Agus skipper, sa'r cluiche da the game. Neil McPherson, cluiche da the zeil, like is the satche a the vi. Auchinleck Talbot to find tuash sa'r cluiche da the game. Two game ac ich cool kujek vach sana kelnel in a path give a skialach. Gakach skipper. Agus na tuash in verleek a dort shach at the doshach. Agus na réite den fein na tuash in achgesin. Lik Ewan Birch, leis James Shule va gyma fapis os chiad le tri carsin pwy ach sin a fawn. Cwtch gen o luchtaich ag Largs Thistle ffwydach a cewn er yn y pathge ach sy'n luchtaich Auchinleck Talbot am ar cynnif iddo dwyfhawl. Agus a sioc gymas lwydach yn dyngan ma sio chwilw blian ach yn i'r bwlwch ffys Gia Tachart. Agus na cluiche dydyn ag Largs Thistle Genwys Lias Hwys mae ieddig hawl agus bat chofash gydech dri hiano. Cyn i charwad ydy gwchbe fynig fo nwch at y ceid nyr y fynig at nwy glen afton ag Ibrox. No, you skip a Gallen Ruff, Craig Little, Bishop Du, Ailig O'Henley, na skip a the Lash and a Ibrox. Na rann ca farna path, either path ca shova. Carmach has the goof begleg, a galafshin, Gamal Lua, Lish na Harach in a rain. Tommy Sloan, sa Hyundai a game, na father, George O'Connor is in Vafir, you game, Akis and Groon, Havalian. Yes, Bishop Du, Will Sewell, a Cluiche Comar, I can know. Agus chatúad at y sgialach gyfat y sidig. Lewis Davidson, chwyd y dhyl. Agus byg sy'n y sgialach gors gwyni ar a hyn ysad. Stuart Davidson a charoa. Di fi, dryps y gyw. Sylwch taich iachgus yn ffwlwg blisiwch dŵl ach la wyd eile dod le Auchinleck Talbot. Is klein toe luchtaich jachgesen could faal in de cluiche daarnach in het oord. Is aan een groep keer plein of wat ze goed scheren nog maar jedig en de regleer te gaan kunnen de Joker Athletic. Maar is in de cluiche daarnach Hanek Farnepingi Kamikation Reine Jeffer. Dit is een Coimhead tegen Sonotion Kami Crooks we goelen je pikken winnen in de dash. Reine Jeffer Geisen Pinnick game aan de noenje varach Bobby McNamara kan zie je komen balkosje kan je nog kunnen halappen de Tsjechat na buin zijn klikje daar het altraaien geliaadje show en een klikje dan show had de Pinnick de vuil shows dan ik hier doen maar dan krijg je skippen niet de waar uur skippen gemaakt ook klikje dan leeds Luke Gillis fijn hier het vuil nachgesen as de nachbershow. Agus Beata Fac al skipper. Is a manager. Chanajedig. Conor Boyd. Hij fast het le agus Jordan Longmuir a heel was stuur gdiachkel geljeek chedig deze na gai. Fijn Paunille aan de daan Auchinleck. Agus y skipper coachi mae ieddig yn troie at y chw as yn y bars y chlyche an y fi bynnig y lig agus y chwchpa ac chyddig y des yn apedd sys yn syddefachal iaisen sa cool na stref asyn fa skipper ddachga Neil McPherson Tommy Sloan agus Cupa Junior gyda'r ffian fagad eithysyn eisen y fain even as mwyn a gyn yn y clwychyd yn agus y chwl ysyn Neil McPherson fer mae gedig y heid sŵas y hocus y gwchba agus y chwyd y safarti gydol nobel ag Bobby McNamara's Clark Nicol y les chem sŵi ni dy fa siechad rwyd mae gedig diolch y gwchba o'r siechad the Neil McPherson Ailig O'Henley agus a gúpach a hógáil Auchinleck Talbot uadélas ar a chógad turas díag hat at Cupa Junior na h-Alba a hógáil Ailig O'Henley Gaisan agus gan a manager imrite chachca Tommy Sloan agus apach go bhí party an Auchinleck an och Cumbernauld me dhéana múra le Scott McTominay an na Glasgow a múra lach go bhfuil nata is son Tommy Sloan an Auchinleck agus a chliúsan Dolomaid agus bí a farty a sinna dul grún láich an haas das grún éichen a mí an naveras agus choramach inis go bhfuil a gúchbid a tsecha fúsin go as sias go Micheal Steele go an parke.
Tablet go Gera Ailig agus well sin gaíomh Auchinleck Talbot Echtri Iano a bhíist asan is Cupa Junior na h-Alba a bhlúnach an a dábhíle fichid sé a gáis agus bedáras Shelley and Alling itar na cluiche luch coachi agus a luch taich. Murdo McKinnon has called my got na parke. Murdo, it maybe wasn't their best performance here today. Auchinleck Talbot, either side could have won this match. Largs Thistle in particular dominated the first half, but that's why Auchinleck are the most successful side in this competition. 15 times the winners now. They can win in any way. They can dominate a match or they can nick it at the end like they did today.
Yeah, they've won so many games late on, so you can never count them out. And I'm not surprised that the pressure that they put Largs on towards the end of the game there. Largs did really well. Judge O'Connor made a couple of really good saves to keep them on level terms and keep them in the game. But overall, when it comes to those last parts of the game and stuff, Auchinleck are, they're really deadly, and you really need to, defend well to see that out. And unfortunately for Largs, they weren't able to do that. But you've seen it coming in the last 5 minutes of the game. They got the equaliser, and I said in commentary that I thought they would really go on and try and get the winner in normal time, which resulted in the cup going to Auchinleck.
Absolutely. And look, the man of the match, the player of the match today is Neil McPherson, the captain for Auchinleck Talbot, but maybe the most important patch in Broadwood today, most important person in Broadwood today was Tommy Sloan, Auchinleck Talbot manager. A 9th time he's won this competition. What can you say about him?
It's incredible, isn't it? I've got so much respect for Tommy, for him as a person, what he's achieved in the game. He's a really quiet, humble man, but his record speaks for itself. He's been here on 40 trophies, I would imagine, over his time, which is incredible to say. But another junior cup, a 9th junior cup, amazing, just amazing. 1,000 games managed at
1,010.
1,010 at this level of the game, which is a remarkable achievement. 20 years at Auchinleck, and that's I don't think that'll be done again. That's for sure.
Is this a new generation now for Auchinleck Talbot? 4 years since they were last in this cup final. They won that one as well against Yoker Athletic, but can this be the start of another generation, another era of Tommy Sloan dominance?
I suppose so. It depends on how long Tommy wants to go on, but he's still got that enthusiasm for the game. You can see him celebrating there with his team. The enthusiasm rips out him. When it comes to winning trophies, and the last 4 years he's been building a team so close and unsuccessful, not getting to the cup final, and this year they've won the West of Scotland League. Now they've gone and won the Scottish Cup, so he's built a really good team who are playing his way, and as you've seen earlier for Cammy Crooks, the lads really have a really good spirit and they really seem to be enjoying it, so I can see that team being formidable for a couple of years now.
An amazing spectacle here today, though. We have to credit Largs Thistle as well. They played their part, and it was just a really good advert for junior football in Scotland, because the last few finals, I know you won the last one, but they can be cagey affairs as well, but this was full throttle, 100 mile an hour from the get-go.
Yeah, I think they deserve real credit. They put so much into the game. I think how they started the game, and taking the game to Auchinleck and going 1-0 up so early, the energy that they put into the game, they didn't just stop there. They went after Auchinleck and tried to get that second goal. Always a real threat. I thought Blair Devine on the left-hand side was excellent for them. Will Sewell led the line brilliantly, a brilliant centre-forward performance, and obviously the goal from Lewis Davison was terrific.
Well, Murdo, thank you very, very much for your contribution today. Your debut on BBC ALBA, I'll have you back. I don't know about the rest, but I'll have you back, so don't worry.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Murdo. Keith Miletain gaibh se cúteach ar Coimhead turas díach Auchinleck Talbot Cupa Junior na h-Alba bhlúnach mar sin leibh a drasta.